Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have made the mistake of Boo not showing up. So I am your host, Jaime Alejandro Rodriguez. Welcome to the District of Misfits show, a podcast for the rest of us, a drinking show with a podcast problem. I'm Jamie. Nice to meet you guys. I'm here with my cohorts, the lovely Valerie. There we go. We got Marcus Silly-ass over here and Ian Taronji in the building too. I don't know if we need to hit any buttons or anything like that. There we go, Marcus. Guys, welcome to this week's show. We got a couple shots fired, a couple things that have happened this week. Ian's probably going to end up crying from everything that this man has probably had to read in the last couple of days. But guys, we're going to get the show started and on the road really fast. How was your weekend, guys?
I'm tired.
Fair.
Last night was a long night. Sad night. Closed into the Brooklyn's Pint. We were all there for a little bit. So that was my weekend.
It's, how long was it? But 10 years?
Yeah.
10 and a half.
10 and a half. God, my son still does that.
10. No, but last night was one of those nights that my plan was to be blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Just didn't get to that point, but I allowed myself to get to that point if I wanted to.
I only have one small issue. It's like, where the fuck is the music and why aren't you guys giving shit away?
Jamie, not even a minute and a half in.
Oh, come on. Boo last week did in 30 seconds. I'm saying I did
Now,
better.
to be fair, they gave a lot of booze away. They gave a lot of booze away.
Oh, I get nothing for free, bastards. Anyways.
I know.
But yeah, 10 and a half years is a long time, and Bowser apparently is going to do something about it. We'll find out if that really happens. Speaking of Bowser, though, did you watch her inaugural jump into the water at the pool on Thursday?
Oh, I didn't see that.
I've never seen a black woman look so goddamn cold in my life. Like she jumped in.
One piece?
She had the one piece on. She had the one. I mean, she's a woman of a certain age. She.
Oh, not mad at it.
She got a little size. I'm not gonna lie to you though. She jumped out the water. I was like, that was kind of sexy.
I mean, she's not.
And
she's
the
not an ugly man.
Look, the amount of time I've seen this woman never said sexy before in a sentence with her connected to it. I was like, okay, titties.
I think
here we are.
Her braces are sexy.
Man, oh God, child molester. We'll get to Diddy later on, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of that, I watched the Pee Wee Herman.
I have not watched that yet.
And I got some thoughts on it.
Watched what, Pee Wee Herman?
The new documentary about Pee Wee Herman.
I didn't know there was a Pee Wee Herman.
I didn't realize.
I just literally just found out.
He's one of my favorite actors.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to make it like for my whole life. I thought I've only been like molded by NWA and Public Enemy.
No, Derek, for real.
I didn't realize how much Pee Wee Herman influenced me.
Yeah.
Because he was always like, be weird, be who you are. And I've lived my whole life by that. And didn't realize at 7 years old that Pee Wee Herman was influencing me.
Yeah, the original Broadway show is not for kids.
Oh, God, no.
At all. Like, there's
I'm sorry, there was an original Broadway show.
The Broadway, that's how Pee Wee Herman got started.
It didn't start off as a Broadway show. It started off as a late night show at the Roxy.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it got filmed as a Broadway show.
Yes.
And then was CBS, I think. CBS or ABC.
Warner Brothers gave him the movie, and then after the movie, CBS.
And they got, yeah. But if you watch the Broadway, because there's only a filming on the Broadway show, it's dirty.
So many gay anyway.
So many gay, a lot of masturbation jokes.
Because think about it, we all grew up in that time, and gay people weren't out of the closet, because it like condemned his career.
Depending on where you were, was he gay?
Yeah.
No, I didn't think he was.
Herman?
Yeah.
Gay off the jump.
Let's bing this shit.
His sister was a lesbian. He was gay right off the jump, but he held it in because of his Hollywood career.
That's fair.
I remember the 80s. I used to see like the Queen videos, Freddie Mercury. He'd be like on stage with no shirt and just like boy shorts. And I'd be like, that dude must get all the pussy.
No, he got it on the ass.
I'll tell you what,
didn't he get both?
It wasn't out, and like I was a little kid. So
now that you said that out loud, I remember my uncles talking about Michael Jackson and being like, "Yo, I bet he gets so much ass." And then like here we are 40 years later, it's like, hey, cuz he might have had sex twice. And those are not
we're
his
not
kids.
even sure.
They're not his kids. We're not even sure. Yeah, definitely.
With an alien.
And it was probably like, oh, dude, come on. Bubbles didn't deserve that. Also, I found out this week Bubbles is still alive. He's still alive. He's with like a family in Kansas City.
Really?
Yeah.
How much did that cost? Michael Jackson's money.
Did they make him dress up like Michael Jackson?
I mean, wouldn't you? Wouldn't that be the point?
I mean, it's darker.
Boom, boom. Penalty shot for Marcus because we can't talk about Michael Jackson that way.
Hey, I love Michael Jackson.
I watched Moonwalker this week.
I still haven't watched the documentary where he spread the buttons.
No, we need to.
I've never seen a Michael Jackson spread. What? That's not a document. That's
When I first got into
was it on
this-
Pornhub?
So we
on
need
Pornhub?
to choose safe words.
All right, fine. Let's get these
Also-
safe words out the way that I'm still not going to use. Valerie,
Watermelon.
Ian,
Solange.
me, camera,
Hole.
of course, Marcus.
I hate you.
Go into your hole.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Bubbles is only 42 years old.
that's only 42 years old. Bubbles
Well-
is older than me.
But like chimpanzees live for a while. I think.
Yeah, I think what lobsters last the longest, but like, was it
Turtles.
humans?
Lobsters last the longest?
Lobsters just don't die. They don't die until you kill them.
They don't?
They just
I
expand.
know the tortoises live forever.
Same thing. I think jellyfish too. Jellyfish just don't
Like
die.
there's those tortoises who are like over 100 years old.
Uh,
130, 140.
Oh, well, there's like a 200-year-old one at the Philadelphia Zoo.
I think-
200?
Yeah, old as dirt.
I think the oldest one was like 320.
Yeah.
What? Then there's that gigantic shark out in the middle of nowhere that they said
The
Maga.
megalodon.
they said that it's like over 100 years old.
So here's the thing about the ocean. I think the ocean's way scarier than space
Yes.
because
Yeah.
we don't know what's in space. It's just
You know, NASA started out as space exploration, and then they found something was like, we gotta go somewhere the fuck else.
that's why they're not at the moon anymore.
Hey,
Listen, there's a lot of conspiracies of like what's out there, but like if they told us back in the 50s and 60s, it'd be like it'd freak everybody out. Like I don't want to know. I mean, I want to know, but like I don't think
I wanna
anybody
know.
else needs to know.
I want to know.
I want to know.
you know, growing up black and hearing enough conspiracy theories, like I got an honor uncle or two who was always like, when the revolution starts tomorrow, all your friends are gonna die. And be like, I got one white friend, and I'm 8. I'm never gonna see Anthony Giorgio again. You know what I mean? Or like my uncle would come outside because he saw a vapor trail from an airplane. It was like, no, that's what you're gonna choose. Get in the house. The government's gonna get you. You were like, look, bro, I'm just trying to play double dutch with this girl I'm trying to go with. And here I am, got to run back in the house because my uncle's a crazy person.
I mean, the government does that to you. Like, so for a while, like they had all the UFO things back in the 80s and 70s conventions. The CIA,
They still have them.
they do, but my point is, back then the CIA would send people there to just make up shit.
Yeah.
So they make the story so like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like so they would dilute the lie basically.
Mhm.
Like, oh, Roswell. Like I even think I think that was a false flag. I think there was
okey-doke.
something else.
Yeah.
It's a who what?
It's the okey doke.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like there can't be that much amount of space in as old as this universe is for this particular galaxy and something not be intelligent somewhere else. But that's just the average law of numbers, right?
Did you see the movie Contact?
Of course.
I love that
And one-
movie.
One saying now that
With what's his face? And he was like this.
that's what I'm saying.
No.
With my-
Contact.
That's not
Oh, that's
Contact.
Cocoon.
But what I'm
Whoops.
saying-
I was thinking about
That was
Cocoon.
Interstellar. Yeah.
Interstellar.
No, Contact.
Matthew McConaughey's not in Contact.
You want to put money on this?
Isn't that white woman in Contact?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster, isn't she in it?
He's a priest in the movie.
Is he really? Damn, I haven't watched this movie in years.
So my favorite quote for that
1997.
movie was, "If there's nobody out there, it's a big waste of space."
Right.
And I was just like, "Oh shit, that makes
Contact.
that makes a lot of sense."
Yeah, he played Palmer Joss.
Jesus Christ.
I was thinking Cocoon.
Is this before or after Days of Confused?
Oh, wait,
Wilfred Brimley.
Yeah, when he was
Ever?
like this. He was-
yeah, that's not about old ass people. That's not
but
that
also
old.
he was not that old during that movie.
He was like 48.
Yeah, he wasn't that old. I thought he was. I
Talk
thought he was
about
like
someone who needs to
75 years
learn
old
about
in that movie.
sunblock real early. Wilfred Grimley and diabetes.
diabetes.
Because in my head, Wilfred Grimley's always been 88.
But that's what I'm saying. Old people always look old, even though they were our age.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
I think youngest one was like 37.
I just saw this post
that was the
about
grandma.
how like no wonder we can't tell how old people are because all those shows in like the 80s, 70s, 80s, like all the like Red Fox was only like 50 something years old in
Yeah.
that movie.
Well,
In
the
that
dad
show.
from 227 was 28.
Yeah. Frasier was 29 years old his first season.
Jesus Christ.
Kelsey Grammer's only 29.
Kelsey
In the first
Grammer.
season.
So how old was he?
Oh, Frasier. So how old was he
Of
doing
Frasier.
Cheers?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How old was he in Cheers?
Because first season, he's got to be 21. Then that sucks.
Right? Okay, look, I feel like
Wow.
I have the
How much cocaine were they doing in the 80s?
I don't know. Norm just died, so.
Oh, raise
Yeah.
your glasses to Norm,
Yeah.
guys.
What?
where-
Norm.
Norm. Cheers.
Now I gotta go back and watch
Double.
Cheers.
It's All right, you can skip the first season.
Did you like Diana or blonde or the brunette?
Yes.
Christy Alley.
Yeah.
I love Christy Alley.
Did you?
I mean, I'm also like 5 years old watching that damn show.
I mean, that was some good comedy back then. You had
That's
Night
good
Court.
comedy. Do you remember how you got Woody
Who was
Harrelson?
your first celebrity crush?
How they
Who
what?
was my first celebrity crush?
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. It was
Small Wonder.
You
It's a robot.
remember they would update her every year so she can get older?
No.
Like, here's your update for season 2.
Oh, that's
And then they
awesome.
would show her being older.
I saw something on. I think it was on what's that show on fucking Adult Swim? Robot Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the dad and he powers her off.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like staring at her.
Creepy. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Who was my first celebrity crush? I'm trying to think.
Diana Ross.
Mm-mm.
Snoop Dogg.
Mine was
Not
Erin
my style.
Gray from Buck Rogers.
Oh yeah. I had a Buck Rogers.
Oh, she
outfit.
was, yeah.
Mm.
Trying to think who was my first.
Really tight spandex.
I do remember my cousin
Young and
having.
impressionable. Young.
My cousin had a
Buck
thing for the
coming up.
youngest Hanson brother,
What?
and we were like, "That's a dude."
I mean, if it
and the silence in that room as the music video went off was like, "All right, so who's gonna make oodles and noodles?" Like, we don't ever have to talk about this, and I hope you're fucking watching this, bro.
Marcus, I just sent you the link to that one post about like this is why Gen X has no idea what age anyone is.
I
Yeah,
saw
'cause
this.
it's just everybody's so
Like Jason Alexander was 29 when Seinfeld first started.
No,
Are you
no.
are you asserting this as fact because you're seeing it in a meme?
Yeah, no, this. Yes.
Yes.
George Jefferson was
Yeah.
38 and Flo.
Red Fox was
59.
49.
Did you know he was gay?
Red, who?
George Jefferson
Was?
the entire time.
Huh, good for him.
Sherman Hemsley.
Mm-hmm.
He was
I mean, with a
38
name
when
like
it first
that.
started.
He was 48 when it first started.
30.
38.
She was 59.
What the fuck were they
And the
not
wife
doing?
was. I don't know.
Cigarettes.
I smoke cigarettes. I don't look anywhere near my age.
They didn't drink.
That's a
They
lie. The
didn't, they,
gray's starting to kick in.
they didn't drink water either.
Ugh.
That's actually something
fluoride tap water.
I read this a little while back
Mhm.
about like skin. It's because we started drinking bottles of water and shit.
They,
Mm.
they
And
just
we-
weren't hydrated enough.
They just weren't hydrated enough because
They also smoked all the time. Everybody was smoking. Also, nobody
Even the
put
babies,
You
sunscreen
know
on.
what? Nothing about being
People were putting, like,
hydrated.
Like baby oil.
What's the cocaine?
Plus, there was also the cocaine.
Cocaine to keep you young
yeah.
for a little while.
A couple hours.
But then again, everyone they show who did a lot of cocaine was already ugly. Like Mick Jagger has stayed ugly.
like-
Like,
Looks the same.
Hold on, Red Auerbach is 48.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
really?
Yeah.
Pull up the
Not
thing. Pull up. That's
sure.
why I put.
How
I
old
mean,
was
I
Archie
feel like
Bunker?
we can like probably.
We can really play that. How old was Archie Bunker
Archie
on the
Bunker-
heat of the night? How about that?
Oh.
Like,
Either night. I don't know.
14.
right? Like,
Yeah, let me see if I can share that screen. Share screen.
you talking to Siri? It's not going to work.
No, I was talking to my AI. All right, keep going.
Who else do we have? What other old, probably not. Oh. How about Jerry Seinfeld? He did look young in the beginning, though.
Well, he was 35 when it started.
He was older than Jason Alexander.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, Jason Alexander was balding, so that like
It's not even about the balding. He would have looked like a fat, old 35-year-old Jewish guy either way. Like, ill.
All right, here we go. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
I feel like we're all going to be sad here. All right, that makes sense.
So there they are.
yeah, but Sophia
Was
was,
that, like, the last
was
season?
younger than
Sophia was the youngest one, though.
yeah.
And then,
Because when the
I
show
think
started,
what's her,
what's
I
name was
think
41.
Blanche was old,
Blanche was
was young.
41 in the first season.
what was Betty White?
She's the second youngest.
But she gonna think she was old as shit even when she was in her 30s.
I mean, Betty White's looked the same for a long
She
time.
always had that white hair.
No, she had blonde hair.
And it looks white.
Like,
But, it was
but
always,
like it was just funny that
On a black and white TV, it looks white.
sure.
Yeah.
But it's just funny that Sophia was actually older. I mean, younger than,
Everybody, but that's just makeup.
but like, sure,
80s.
but like, she was supposed to be the mom, and she was younger.
and then we have this. Oops.
Yeesh.
38. He doesn't. He
And
looks like he's 58.
59.
right?
Who are these
Wheezy,
casting directors?
Wheezy.
Wheezy.
Color me skip.
Wheezy. Wheezy is not a sexy
name?
nickname at
Yeah.
all. Like,
Wheezy.
could you imagine screaming that during sex?
Little Wayne
Like,
does. Little Wayne
oh.
does.
I mean, of course he does. God damn it. Fucking swamp monkey.
Speaking of aliens.
I'm allowed to say that. Anyways, so he was 38. All right, that makes sense. You know, you look at the amount of like
This one-
Yeah,
roll,
look.
the
At
amount of
beginning,
roll cream and shoe polish in this man's
at
hair.
when the Jeffersons started, Hemsley was 37, and what's her face was 58.
I don't believe it.
Sheesh.
Crazy.
Mary Tyler Moore was hot.
She played
good.
Valerie. Didn't she play Valerie? Was that her?
No, she played Mary.
No, not on not in that show.
Yesterday, somebody
no.
asked you what time it was in New York, and I was like, "You mean what time is it right now?"
It amazes me how stupid people are about the times.
How stupid people are in general.
And they're just getting dumber too. Like they don't know cursive.
That's just
So
it.
it's the passenger the other day. There's this group of, it was like it must have been like a family thing. Maybe someone was getting married. There were 3 brothers, all the same last name. They all came in. And the one brother was like, "So what beers do you have on tap?" He's like looking at the taps. So I show him. I'm like, "Well, we have,
All of these.
there's like 6 of them." And I was like, "We have an IPA, a Pilsner, blah, 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 blah." He goes, "But like beers like on tap."
Wow.
And I was like,
Those are those moments I kind of make it worse. I'm like, "What are you asking me?"
well, so I like the lady next to him saw my
You
face
fucking-
and then she answered for me because I was like I was walked away from it, and then she was like, "Well, that's what she just said. She said that these are the things that they have on draft, which means on tap."
Maybe he was a spy. Maybe he was a spy, and he was.
He was
waiting for
not.
the code
No,
word.
No,
I have friends everywhere.
He was not.
I've had people come downstairs at Looking Glass and then look outside and be like, "Can we go out there?" And I'm like, what do you mean, can you go out there? Like now I'm confused because there's no way in hell you ask that dumbass question when there's already
There are people out there.
and like the doors are open. There's music blasting, like, "Oh, there's seating." Yeah. Can we go out there?
You should just be like,
No.
no,
Word,
no.
bitch. Let's just like
Someone came in yesterday at like 8:45 and was like, "Oh, are you guys open? Are you guys still open or are you closed?" And I was like,
as they're inside.
I was
Inside
like,
the place.
if
I
I
was
was
like,
lucky enough to
Did
be
you
closed,
come
but
in?
I'm just not that lucky. Just not that lucky. And now you're here. Now you're here.
"Look,
And
Archie Bunker, 48,
Archie Bunker's 48.
Only 48, playing like a 95-year-old.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Cranky old white man."
These people are younger. Than
40?
me.
Yeah,
Dude on the
Younger than
right is
me.
42.
Look
I always thought
at
he was old as
that.
shit.
Jesus Christ.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
God, get a gym membership. Drink water. Shit.
There he is.
Wow.
Brimley.
That is insane right there.
What, the same age? Was it? No, he was 50 in
But
Cocoon.
you know what?
That's what I
feel
was
like a
saying. I
little
was
bit
like,
of
I thought he was like 85.
Like, as much as I love Tom Cruise, I feel like a little bit of crazy will
Seems.
keep you young.
Well, I will be.
You know?
Because it does. What can you do?
Like, because if I was jumping off and doing weird shit like that, I would look 90.
He's Scientology, man.
I know, right?
He made a deal with the devil.
I'm just not crazy enough to
It's
go
like
for
the lifeblood
Scientology.
out of-
If anybody made a deal with the devil, it was Tom Cruise.
He had to like, he has to take
No,
life force from
I'm
like
Tina
other
Turner.
younger
Tina
Scientologists.
Turner.
Yeah. Before she died, she still looked great.
Yeah.
Her legs were still insured for like $2 million.
Yeah,
Killing.
she had nice
Mhm.
legs.
Her legs were insured.
Mm-hmm.
It amazes me what you can insured.
Oh, what's his name? Burt Reynolds. His chest hair was insured in the 70s for $1 million. His chest hair.
Like how's
I loved him.
But how does that
He was
work?
I
I
definitely
can
one
tell
of my
because I saw what you
childhood-
just did to your hair.
And
Like,
Like,
Valerie just went, "Oh my God."
I loved him.
When we talk about top-notch fingers being busy. Burt Reynolds. Oh, bitch.
So what he would get $1 million if they shaved them or they got burned
Or
off?
they got burned off, shaved off, something silly like that. Yeah.
If I was his friend and he got drunk, I'd shave his chest.
Doesn't J-Lo
They could go to
her
jail.
she
Oh, it was
Insurance on
Mariah
butt.
Carey. Mariah Carey got insurance on her legs.
No.
J-Lo did get insurance on her butt.
She did. Yeah.
When you look back on it now, in comparison to asses these days, J-Lo's ass is kind of like
Meh.
normal.
Yeah.
Normal now, but it wasn't back then. Which I don't understand. Where do all the asses come from?
BBLs.
What?
BBL.
BBLs.
How's that?
Brazilian butt lifts.
Oh, what is that? How you do that?
So what they do is they suck fat from one part of your body and then put it to your butt.
Oh.
I refuse to believe that we're having this conversation.
There's a girl I know who went
How much
and
does
got
cost?
that.
He's trying to figure out where he wants to take the fat from.
Miami, that's what Marcus.
My brain-
Could you imagine Marcus with a BBL? Oh
Where can
my
I-
fucking god!
Where can I do
I-
that?
I-
I wonder, can you do it on layaway?
I just want my pants not to fall
What are
down.
your financing?
I don't think it works that way. You're like a meatball on a skewer. Like just,
Even my ass is bony, so it hurts when I sit for long times.
of course it is, Marcus.
I want some cushion in my pushing.
Ah, that was a real reaction to that question. Like, you use cushion for pushing.
I want the cushion for the pushing.
Nasty bitch.
What?
Wait, how old was he?
37. That's crazy.
Golly.
I refuse to
Get
believe
water.
these ages.
I mean, I just Googled several of them and they were right.
Woo!
Now she looks like she's 85.
Look, look, man.
Look,
you ever
so
seen that
you're
thing?
older than me and you.
You ever seen that thing where it was like, if you came home with a bad report card, what dad would you want? And it was like James, Uncle Phil,
Uncle Phil.
Carl, and there was like
Mr. Drummond.
No, it was the guy from Full House,
Andy Tanner.
Danny Tanner. And I was like, look, if I got a bad report card, I'm never coming home to James.
No.
James is beating his son's friends'
Oh,
asses
God.
in episodes. So no matter what, I'm gonna get a nice lifelong lesson from Uncle Phil.
Take it, Bob Saget.
Carl might go somewhere else, and Bob Saget's just gonna ignore you.
He's got one
But
of those
James-
belts you
James
can
got
take off
hands.
with one hand.
Right, it's real. He's a pootie taking the shit out of you.
And he's
And
an
there
angry
goes-
black man.
Also, wasn't he in Roots?
Yes,
Yeah, so
Yes,
that's
he's
also
older
for me. Then I was like,
older
oh,
Kunta. So there's another thing right there. Her name Kizzy. It means stay put. And then they sold the bitch. Jesus Christ. Oh, Roots.
29.
What?
that's crazy.
So what is he, 17 on Cheers?
I mean, look, how long was Cheers on? Like 6 seasons?
8, maybe?
What's his name? Kelsey.
Wasn't very
Kelsey
long.
Grammer.
It wasn't very long. It was just very impactful.
29.
It is.
Jeez.
No, my dad told me after the last episode, everyone was walking around very upset.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers were crying.
like upset us because Norm gives that speech in the end.
That speech is awesome, actually.
And then the guy comes downstairs, you only see his feet, and he was like bars closed, and then fade to black. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, actually. I saw that speech the other day since he died. That's why I posted it.
Oh, Norm. Pixar must be so upset.
Right?
Why, what was he on Pixar?
He's a bunch of people on Pixar.
He
but
was
he's,
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, he's Mr. Potato
Oh,
Head.
shit.
Him and the mailman they're all in the Pixar movies.
That's awesome.
But he's Mr. Potato Head. He's like a robot in a couple ones. All that other crap. Meh.
I feel like he never dies and will never die.
Danny Glover. He looks exactly the same. But that's also, he was already too old for this shit at 41 years old.
That man was born already too old for this shit.
I'm retiring in 4 days.
And whoa.
This guy, do you remember this?
I do remember this guy.
Yeah,
I
you
do
scanned
remember
him?
this.
They made a movie about this.
I know. I actually remember watching that on TV. I was homesick on this day.
This is
And I
like a
remember
dating
just-
show?
I remember just like in my room, just going wild. Like, what is happening?
Dude, being
No
sick,
whammy.
being sick in the 80s and having
So great.
noodles and Price is
Ginger ale.
Right and fucking this show. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
The fact that Bob
my
Barker
favorite.
died at 99 years old, as in he got the closest to $1 he could. Bob going over is the best thing.
Yes.
Like, I remember looking at my phones like Bob Barker dies at 99. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Of course.
That's
he
like the
did.
showcase
Like,
showdown. When you see the thing go beep, beep,
right?
beep, you're like, come on, baby. Come on.
Come on, baby. Oh,
Closest
man.
to $1.
That's
Yeah,
some
the reason.
funny shit,
Jesus
Jamie.
Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is absolutely why I can't tell how old people are.
I will say that I am good with the younger ages.
I'm
Like, with
terrible.
kids, like I can kind of gauge their But you can see they haven't grown up yet, so you can tell who hasn't matured.
I'm back and forth because my son's 9, he's 5'2".
Yeah.
So my skew is
He's my size.
yeah.
But it's the older ages that I cannot fucking get.
No, the young people. I mean, like literally, someone unless it's like very, very evident, someone can come in and be like, "I'm 22 years old," or they could say, "I'm 55 years old." And I'll be like, "Okay," like. It's hard for me to really gauge, especially the white people, because I can't
look at your ID and it says something like 2003.
Yes.
Like if I check your ID and it says 2003, and then I have to do the math, because like I play the prices right every time I have to put my age in on the internet. It's just like 84 eventually, baby, and then it like stops at 92. You're like,
here we go again. Let's do it one more time.
One more time.
That's how you know you're getting old. You have to scroll that.
Look, dude.
Listen, the two of you don't even understand.
If I'm on this website, why did it start in 2025? I hate you. But
why is it 1 year old?
We could have started at like 98, and like I could have not had to click this twice.
Right.
But here I am.
You could not make me feel bad and start in like even like the 2000s. You could have just like gone right beyond that.
Right, but no. It's like, hey, time to get your your
colostomy bag.
I need a
kaleidoscope.
I need a
kaleidoscope.
I need a penalty shot. I need a penalty shot. Oh man.
Starting already.
No, me and Boo were talking about He-Man, and I was like, yeah, we both had to get a colonoscopy, don't we?
Did you not? Did you like that movie? The old movie?
Oh, the synthesizer?
Yes.
And the keytar?
Yes.
The keytar synthesizer thing?
Yes.
With Dolph fucking Lundgren?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's her name from Friends is in it? Courtney Cox.
She is?
Yeah, Courtney Cox is in that.
That's right, yeah.
And
little girl.
What's her name was Rachel. Rachel's in Leprechaun, the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her nose wasn't fixed yet.
Oh man.
So young.
So
see, that's somebody you can't figure out her age.
Yes, you can.
How old is she?
You gotta look at that neck.
She's older than me. I know that.
She's got to be like 59 now.
Yeah, they're all pushing 60.
Mm-hmm. And what's his name's dead, so there we are. And that's a penalty shot. I tried. I failed. There's ketchup on my shirt.
Again, why I do not wear white. So speaking of ketchup on the shirt, did you hear about those 2 people got shot?
Marcus.
Poor this asshole.
No,
Oh,
and for
man.
that, I'm not even giving you anything. You deserve to not have a shot.
So here's what I don't understand with people who commit murders and shit like that, who do shootings. You're not helping your cause.
Nope.
Like,
Okay.
Palestine, like I get, I'm 100% behind that.
Here's the thing.
But you're
Small
not
bit of help of your cause. It depends on how the media spins your cause. Case in point, the fact that those couple were already on their way to Israel because he was going to engage and he was so in love with them. I find that to be complete and utter
Wait, he was in
bullshit.
love with them?
They were apparently in love. He was about to engage. He told the entire office.
Oh, you mean the couple?
And then he was on his way to Israel in order to propose. That right there is like, all right, that's too much spin. That's too much bullshit.
Yeah, that's I
like
don't care about that.
No one's ever, I'm not going to say that lucky, but no one's ever that happening when someone gets shot. You know what I mean? The Free Palestine thing, not for nothing. Like, if you're angry enough, someone's going to get killed.
Right, I get that.
And you look at the pictures, and I stand with every black leader that's ever existed, Free Palestine. You guys turned into the Nazis. So you did some terrible things, and people are going to be very upset about it. I'm not condoning murder of any point in time. Life is precious. Fine. But also, I kind of knew something like this was going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's been on a bigger scale, but we don't get that type of news in the United States.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened more. Yeah, 100%.
But that news story, it just came out too fast. Not to be the conspiracy dude.
Well, no, it came out. It happened at night, and it was already all over the place in the morning.
Yeah,
it was everywhere. Even at that night, it was all over the place.
Right.
Well, why wouldn't it be? Like somebody got shot. Like,
how many people in Southeast have been shot? If we count to 25, how many people have been shot in Southeast now?
Sure,
But
but
like it was staged. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it was staged.
Like,
I'm not saying it was staged.
Like, it's not staged.
But
like,
the amount of coverage it got within them 10 seconds.
It was just like boom, 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 like fast.
And then him just screaming like free Palestine, like that fast. Like it just on the normal, that guy gets caught in like a week.
Right.
They caught him immediately.
I mean,
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
there?
Those two people aren't
Like,
dead.
he also
ran away.
And you also
He
killed
didn't.
somebody
Like,
outside of the FBI building in
but
Judiciary Square where there's a camera every 37
He told them
seconds.
where the gun was.
Right, but it's like it seemed too convenient. I'm not saying this is not a real situation. You can't feel bad for the people who died, but I'm just saying some certain parts of it does seem too convenient.
I mean, but I'm saying the reason why it doesn't help is because now people say, "Well, see, this is why we're bombing them or we're doing this shit."
Right. Well, first thing first, stop bombing and starving children or exploding. Well, the Geneva Convention says you can't bomb hospitals, right?
They keep doing
or places where there's children at, right? Am I wrong, Ian?
Well, I'm not an expert in international law.
But, oh, my bad. But anyways, isn't that the whole thing? You can't bomb places that have children or in hospitals.
You're not supposed
to. And they bombed. You're not supposed to bomb civilians, but here we are bombing civilians. And then Trump wants to turn into the new French Riviera. All I'm saying is I can see why somebody would get that upset and get to that point in time.
Well, it's like I had a friend way back in the day before I even understood this whole situation. And she was Palestinian. And she was telling me stories growing up that, like, you know, the air raids. She's like, we didn't know where we were going night to night. And this is back in the early 90s and 80s. And it's like, it's always a hamster wheel. It's going to constantly be a hamster wheel. Like, one just triggers the other and just keeps going over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's never going to, because one side's going to say, we're not going to stop because they're doing this. And the other side's saying the same thing, vice versa.
You can't kill somebody's father and expect them to be friends with you later on.
Right. Like the whole 9/11 thing.
Marcus, where'd you go?
Oh, my thing went off. Ooh, where'd that go?
Interesting.
Right, you guys keep going.
Guys, we're having technical difficulties right now. There's a way prettier picture of Marcus Bradley Donovan on the screen. And it's funny because I feel like this is a good time for us to start making fun of it. Can we say early Pride, say like outside of Nelly's, having the time of his life? He just had brunch. You know what I mean? But like for some odd reason, the bacon was candied with like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Who died?
And he was doing cartwheels in his thong.
He did.
I figured.
Anyways, Ian, you're the lawyer guy. How do you feel about this?
I think that there's, I think it's terrible what happened to these people. I think that there's a way to separate your criticisms of the Israeli government and the way that they have put forth this war in Gaza versus anti-Semitism, just hating people because they're Jewish.
Right.
And it's an important distinction. I think it's one that gets blurred too much. A lot of people want to equate criticism of the Israeli government with anti-Semitism. I don't buy in for that. I think the Israeli government is not above criticism.
Right.
You know, these are embassy staff. They're not, you know, two random Jewish people, but they also are kind of two random Jewish people. And
I mean, they were just workers.
You know,
well, they weren't anybody. They weren't anyone.
Was it just them, or was it a security guard too?
I thought
There were a couple people. I think there were a couple people that were injured,
those only
but
two
they were the ones who
But
died.
I think, you know, Marcus made the most, I think, salient point, honestly, which is that it doesn't. How does this help the people of Gaza? How does this help? I mean, if anything, it just is likely to cause the Israeli government to dig in more and double down more.
It'll also make a couple people look and be like, "Why is he so mad?" There's your flip side of the argument. That's all I'm saying. Or devil's advocate. What happened, Marcus?
This lady is
It's
like,
going on.
look,
What did
this
she
lady
say?
about like being hacked. She's like, get this off my Facebook account. Well, why are you looking at it? Why are you
Baby,
watching it?
You can log
Ma'am,
off. Like I promise.
you don't have to click on it.
Hi, I'm Jamie. You can get the fuck if you want to. Shit. Like, good Lord. What would you like to talk about?
Hackers, madam.
Right.
We are no mere hackers.
We're not smart enough to be hackers.
Not definitely.
I don't have that.
That's
I don't
a-
have that
we're-
Asian
we're-
gene.
we're-
Sorry.
Oh shit.
Smack the fuck out of us fucking pieces of shit.
All right,
Mary, don't threaten us with a good time.
Yeah,
Man,
Mary.
let's talk about what I'm
Chill.
into.
Wow.
Right.
I feel like Mary needs a hug.
She's got me schwitzing in my tchotchkes. Anyways,
Oh my goodness.
Who is this?
Mary, come on down. You like, I don't think you know.
but this is the United States, and you're entitled to your opinion, I guess.
Sure.
But you can also still get the fuck.
I mean,
That's an old ass black woman.
Try to take my.
who are you? Mary.
I would smack the fuck out of who?
You hacking pieces of shit.
No
Man,
no one's
were
taking your
you
money,
looking for,
ma'am.
Like recipes, or
Ma'am,
do you
do you
make
need-
mac and cheese with eggs? What the fuck?
Are you okay? Do you need some help,
How
Mary?
about this? We can ignore Mary Hoffman because I feel like she's
Actually-
a fat kid from like Omaha.
I'm quite enjoying.
Did you hack us,
Or
Mary?
Aurora.
Are you
Mary-
hacking us, Mary?
Yeah. Why are you hacking us?
Fuck you, you yapping bitch in the top left.
That's me. That's me. Hi, Mary.
Damn. All right, Mary, do me next. Do me. Come on.
Do the black one.
Come on,
Bring it
Mary.
on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Any thoughts on the black guy?
Right. Any thoughts on the black guy? I'm waiting, listening. Cause you can make the
We're waiting
fuck
with
out
bated
some
breath.
yams. Like nothing, huh? Damn, that
who's
sucks.
taking-
That was
taking-
anticlimactic, guys.
Right?
We'll just call this the
Climantic.
Show.
Climate, whatever. Fuck you.
She said, "You guys missed this one. I don't know why you bitch motherfuckers try to take my money."
We're all taking your money.
I'm
Mary.
sorry. What did we
Is
do, Mary?
that-
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you? Wait,
That's what
when
I'm
did
saying.
you get here?
Are you okay,
You not
Mary?
understand how this
Mary?
commerce works?
Are
at
you
the
okay?
Were you at Brooklyn's Place last night with me in the
You
bathroom?
get this quality. You get this quality entertainment. You have to pay for it, Mary Hoffman. That's why you
Pay
take your
us.
money.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did she pay for it?
I mean, if she
Yeah.
did, I didn't get the money.
Where's that
Mary, I
check?
hate to tell you, we both got hosed. Like,
We didn't get your money.
shit.
And you the biggest hose of them all.
Check your tone. That's an old black woman in pictures.
Mary
Hey,
Hoffman.
Oh, I thought he was talking about you.
Listen, Linda, if somebody's gonna come on one of my threads, old or not, they're
He
getting,
called me a yap. She called me a yapping bitch
that's your new
on the left
I've done that.
That's
I'm
your-
joking. I've never called you a yapping bitch.
because I don't think
look,
you'd
look,
ever
world,
say
in this
yapping.
world, I would never say
think you
yapping
get to- I
a
don't
day
think
in my
you get
life.
yapping out.
Now, have I
Yapping.
called her a bitch? There is a whole lot of
Absolutely.
video proving that I've called
Yes.
everyone in this room a bitch
Yes.
several times. So it's equal.
I think it's pretty.
Equal opportunity,
equal
not just
opportunity
her.
bitch callers.
I think yapping bitch is a new neat nickname for Val.
Yapping bitch. Put it on there.
That's not fun though. Yapping bitch, we could do better than that.
Yeah, but she just called me a yapping bitch.
Sorry.
We
I know,
didn't.
but like she
We're not doing.
she
We're
like
not
an
doing
extra
it.
227. Like, what the fuck do we need to like
It's funny that was in my head the whole time.
227?
That was in my head.
Oh
Is
man.
it racism? Thinking it's an old black woman?
No, I mean she's not Jack A. I'll tell you that much. Speaking of Jack A, we can do a quick little fun mix up real fast. Did you guys see that Jack A admitted that what's her name? Marcus.
Oh,
What's her name? What is her name? What is her name? We could do this.
we were
could do
talking
this.
about it last
We
night.
talked about it last night.
What?
From Brooklyn.
She used to be she was Catwoman.
Oh, Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt. So
Yeah.
apparently Eartha Kitt smacked the shit out of Jack A for having sex with her boyfriend
I heard that.
while on
What?
227. I read this whole thing
What?
was like first thing first.
Slit her throat.
I feel like Eartha Kitt when she smacks you, it's not about the hit, it's about the impact of what happened in your life. Two, who was this boyfriend that y'all old mother like because they're not the same age.
I was gonna say, isn't Eartha Kitt significantly older than
significantly
Jack
well,
A?
at least at the time, maybe not I don't know because we don't know ages anymore.
No.
It's true.
Because Jack A could have been like 10 years old on that fucking show, apparently, and still look 38. And Eartha Kitt had to be 102 during 87. So, but yeah, Eartha Kitt out here smacking the shit out of people.
bitch.
That yapping bitch.
Hey, yapping bitch.
I'm gonna be saying that all week now.
Hacking.
You know what, Valerie?
Hacking pieces of shit.
The funny thing is, like, these are the things that show up at your funeral. Like, it's like the one piece of information you can find out about somebody. And like Val will die in like 100 years. And we'll be like,
Remember that time?
remember that time we called her a yapping bitch? And we're all gonna giggle and everyone's
And
gonna
we're
be
like,
like,
remember
"Oh my
that?
God, like,
Remember
why
that
did you say
lady, Mary Hoffman?
that?" Right, Mary Hoffman.
Speaking of funerals, I think my aunt's gonna die soon.
Well, that was fun.
Thanks, Mark.
Cool. Call to action. Hey guys.
My
So,
condolences in advance.
we have a website. We have, oh man, damn it. Boo, I'm not you. This is my first time out. Look, go to crushingboo.com. Crushingdc.com.
Wow.
We should start at crushingboot.com.
Crushingblue.com. It'll just be him rubbing his nipples. We're going to talk about Diddy in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming up. But crushing. Oh, man. I'm going to ruin this because I'm going to keep laughing. All right, cool. Go to crushingdc.com and pick up all of our wares. We have t-shirts. We have hoodies. We have cups. We have things that Val said, things that I've said. There's a hat that Marcus is currently wearing right now. And I've got the t-shirt. It all looks great. It's a really good time.
There's a sundress. There's a sundress.
Yes.
We have a sundress now?
We should buy a sun. You and I should wear a dress.
Please.
I mean, sundress season's coming up.
It's already here. It's here.
I mean, not like the past few days ago. It was...
I mean, we're still supposed to get waxed. We talked about this last year.
I refuse.
That giggle is hilarious.
Hello, Aaron.
Aaron, do you know who this Mary Hoffman is?
Hi, Mary. AKA Chief Humphrey, right there.
Hey, Aaron, how's it going?
We miss you.
Do we?
Aaron?
Anyways, you can follow us on Facebook as a District of Misfits, on Instagram, District of Misfits Show, YouTube, District of Misfits Show, Twitch, same thing. Well, District of Misfits, all one word, all compressed. We're on there, we're out there, we're here, we're queer. June's coming up. It's about to be a good time, ladies and gentlemen.
It's about to get real gay in DC. So I'm curious to see how the government handles all this now.
Oh, Trump's just gonna leave. He's gonna go somewhere not gay.
All right.
Or go somewhere really gay like Texas.
Like Palm Springs.
You know, every time they try to name places that aren't gay, I'm like, when you look at their porn site search, like it's usually gay.
Pretty gay, yeah.
Like Texas, lesbian on Pornhub. Like no one's business.
What did they just ban? They banned porn and something else that's like silly.
Oh, I saw this.
Some
Went to
Republican
Midwest
place.
states that got rid of porn.
Porn and something else. That's
Bruh.
Like y'all motherfuckers.
Do you know how pissed I'd be if I had to use my memory again? Like, I'm not 13. I pay my internet bill. Why can't I jerk off?
You can get Victoria's Secret again.
Is this not?
But that's no fun. There's still nothing getting showed anymore. Do you know how used to porn we are right now? Like, seriously, how many of you have been to like page 5 on a porn search? It's like, it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. You know what I mean?
Page 1.
I feel like I've talked about this before.
Actually,
I didn't realize until probably recently that that Twitter or X or whatever it's called has no problem with pornography.
Jamie's been telling us that for 5 years.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
I
didn't know that.
I will open up my Twitter right now. It'll be fucking like immediately. Matter of fact,
told us on the show, and
I literally did not. I didn't believe you. And I don't know if we have that capability.
I'm just saying, prepare to blur.
Man,
anyway, what I'm saying is I did not know until one day I clicked on one of my friends' page, Twitter pages, and I was like, "What is this video?" And I hit it, and I was like, my eyes.
Immediate fucking. See, there we go. That was just the first thing that popped up. Somebody sucking some dick. Twitter,
like you just pulled up Twitter, and that was the first
thing that popped up. No matter what,
Nazis and dicks.
And I don't follow anything pornographic.
Yeah, like on my Instagram, there's been on the food things have been popping up with some porn on the food things lately.
What?
Some of the like healthy grams and stuff like that on Instagram.
Are they like feet related?
Not the one I have seen. So you can
anybody stepping on any pies or anything like that?
Yes. But you can tell these people are getting hacked. But you have people in the comments like, I can't believe you're posting this shit. And everybody else is like,
have you never masturbated? Like,
well, no, it's like, have you never seen somebody get hacked before?
Right.
Like, you really think this food people who have 5 million followers is going to put titties?
You remember the early 2000s? You would like go online and it'd be like, oh, look at the XYZ celebrities nudes. And it'd be like a head that doesn't match the skin tone next to somebody else.
Mr. Skin.
I would say,
I forgot about Mr. Skin.
How?
Oh, top 5 shower. Are they still there?
They're still there.
Top 5 shower scenes.
Mr. Skin. I find it. Remember in what's that movie? Knocked Up. Is that it?
And
they were coming out with the porn stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Shit, I forgot about that.
And that's actually a thing now. They actually have that.
Now.
Yeah. Like all those porn. Mary, what do you think about porn?
Mary, are you still here? Mary, did you leave?
Mary stopped paying for whatever service she was watching because I feel like Mary had on like this double-decker dildo and was ready to go at it, and she spent $10 and got sent here.
You got all that?
You
got all that from her comment?
Because you got to remember, she started off with "you hacker bitches." Like,
oh no, she started off with something else.
She got redirected to us.
It's even worse.
Her first comment was this: "Get this fucking bullshit off my goddamn Facebook account. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't do shit about these hackers anymore." And then we were the hackers.
Mary.
And then she said, I would smack the fuck out of you hacking pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Don't threaten me with
Go
a
to the
good
next
time.
one.
And then she said, I don't know why you bitch motherfuckers try to take my money. Fuck you.
And
And then she said, fuck that yapping bitch in the top left.
I think that should be a Halloween gift next year. Have that.
You know,
Yeah,
somebody's grandmother was trying to do something very wrong and got redirected here.
Probably a
And
Russian. It's probably
it
a Russian
didn't,
hacker.
Oh, Mary.
we get those. So I'm gonna redirect this to Ian because we have Ian here.
Uh-huh,
How long do we have you tonight?
You know, a little while.
A while.
All right. Well, let's go to you anyway. Let's start.
See, you're not drinking. You're being good tonight.
Yes. I am trying to be good tonight. Yes.
Respect.
I was day drinking today, so
See, I knew it. Everybody's been day drinking, but it's Memorial Day.
We have not commented or brought up the fact that Tim Moore was supposed to be here as our guest host
I locked it in.
today. He even
Tim the
said,
poor lied to
"Lock
us."
me in. I don't have to work, or I'm available till Monday, or I'm not working till Monday." This
you hear
bitch,
that, Tim Moore?
this bitch.
Tim Moore ain't even going to see this shit. He's in a pool of his own vomit.
See, what we should have done was
Drunk as a day
we
is
should
long
have printed
somewhere.
out a picture of him like we did for Jamie that time.
No, Tim doesn't work.
put it
He
over there.
doesn't valid my warrant. No, he's not worthy enough.
Huh?
He hasn't earned that.
He's not worth your printer.
A printer that doesn't.
I
You hear that, Tim Moore?
That made
Yeah,
me
Tim
feel
Moore.
good. Not gonna lie to you. That gave me a smile. Marcus, you fucking prick. I swear to I'd hold your hand still if we were still next to each other. Let's
You'd be stroking his knee if you guys were sitting next to each other.
Marcus.
So, Ian. So Ian and I, or Ian and us, are going
What?
to have Ian on more often to do a little segment that we are calling "This Is Shit" and we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So Ian, the floor is yours.
I call that 8:15 in the morning when I gotta wake my son up when I'm hungover. I didn't even mean to say that out loud.
So
Continue, Ian.
this is a grind your gears section, man. Go
Oh my
grind
God.
your gears. It's a TBD. Take
Well,
it back.
Give him the full screen.
Yeah.
I'm a little disturbed by ICE, and they are kind of a lawless agency right now with zero accountability. And so I think a lot of people think ICE, they round up the illegals, and I'm a citizen, got no problems with ICE. Well, you might have problems with ICE. Our mutual good friend, Molly, shout out to Molly Ruland. She was recently at the Miami airport and, on a flight from Costa Rica to Miami. So she's between the plane and customs and walks through, sees a couple of ICE agents standing around. So she's blonde, blue eyes. They don't give her any problem. She walks straight through. But then she decides she's going to watch. And of course, these guys are all tapping the Hispanic looking guys, the brown people, the black people. So after about 10 minutes, she walks up to them. She's like, "Are you guys ICE?" And they're like, "We don't have to tell you that." And she's like, "Well, you've been racially profiling. I've been watching you guys for the last 10 minutes. And this dude's basically like, "Well, I'll prove to you we're not racially profiling. Show me your passport." And needless to say, they dragged her down into like a room beneath the Miami airport for like an hour and a half, questioning her, holding her passport, holding her up. She was not free to go. Just because she likely correctly pointed out that they were racially profiling at the airport.
A full Gestapo moment.
I mean, look, every good dictator has a secret police.
Mm-hmm.
And I fear that ICE is starting to be weaponized as like the MAGA secret police. They're unaccountable. They're unaccountable. Who does Molly call up at DHS or at ICE to complain about these people who blatantly abuse their authority?
Mm-hmm.
Who
And
does
they
she call
also
up?
they revoked, because of it, they revoked her
Global entry.
global entry and her pre-check, like the TSA
Yeah.
pre-check. and like all in retaliation for her actually speaking up.
Right.
You know, and so what did it do? What did they effectively do? They silenced her, right? Because like at that point she's like
punished her.
right. No, but they kept her
Punished her.
they kept her from doing anything more because all she wanted to do was go home, right? So like
I said this 2 weeks ago. I said this 2 weeks before that. My biggest issue right now is they're telling you where all the men are, but they are not telling you where the women are or the children.
Right.
Things that also need to be said.
Right. I mean,
I'm sorry, Ian. I didn't mean to.
No.
It's
yeah. I'm not here to do a monologue.
monologue.
We're all-
Shit, go nuts. Like you deserve
We're
it.
all chatting here, man. It's
you know, and I feel like there's this whole I don't know what it is, narrative that people say like use, you know, they're encouraging white privileged people to use their privilege or white privilege to stand up for the people who aren't able to, you know, but like she tried and what happened? She was punished, you know.
And when
then,
you think about because that is a blatant abuse of authority.
Yes.
So who would you complain to at DHS? I mean, if you got these people's superior officer or whatever, and you made your complaint, he would just hang up the phone and say, "Get me those officers on the line. Hell of a good job you guys did. Great work. Great fucking work." Like they would high five those guys. Who the leadership of DHS, the leadership in this administration would high five those guys.
right.
So
there's no accountability.
There's no accountability. There was a family in Oklahoma City a couple of weeks ago. Mother and like 3 children, young children, just moved to this house in Oklahoma City from out of town. 3:00 in the morning, ICE breaks in, rounds them up. They're like in their underwear and pajamas at 3:00 in the morning on the front lawn while ICE searches the house. Turns out they thought that there was somebody else who had lived there that they were looking for, but wasn't there. And like they just
and then they're like, "Oops, sorry."
Yeah, at the end they were just like basically, "Oop, yeah, sorry, that's a rough one."
Might be,
but you're free to go back now.
You're free to go.
Free
back to your house.
to go back to your house now, and I mean, just ridiculous. So,
an agent is going to get killed over this, and it's going to like the spin on that is going to be insane. Like you ever read the articles after the Tulsa bombings or murders?
Mhm.
It's like 15 white men killed after a housing raid over rapists, or like
yeah,
like blacks murdered like 10 white guys because of this and this. Forget the fact that like this is a government sanctioned raid on a town that was totally okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And
right.
Oklahoma was like, yeah, fine, like go kill them niggers. But this will get spun around like, ICE agent goes to serve a warrant and gets killed.
Well, these ICE agents are masked and all dressed in black. They may be showing a badge, but oftentimes
They're
not.
out. Yeah.
You know, like I mean, if you walk into a house and you haven't identified yourself as a police officer, like you're fair game as far as
right.
I'm concerned.
And that's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to get blasted.
That is.
And they're going to walk into the wrong house.
Some bodies are going to turn to stains on a wall.
Right.
Because you have all this great. You Gestapo at the moment. Like I'm allowed to kick the door in and not tell you that I'm ICE because I'm supposed to be. Or that high school football player who never got respect afterwards decided to be an ICE agent, kick in the door and get himself killed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I don't understand about like military and ICE. Like you think about like every government change we have, you're going from one extreme to the next. So if you're like working for the government as a police officer or military or ICE, and you come from like, how do you pledge your alliance? I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, how do you go from one extreme to the next? Like, is that because you're just doing your job, or?
I mean,
pledge
look,
to the
ICE,
country, you don't necessarily pledge to the person.
ICE has been kind of a rogue agency, even under Democratic administrations, like the Biden administration, the Obama administration, the Clinton administration, all of whom deported plenty of people, but they all had their very public clashes with ICE and ICE leadership.
How old is ICE?
I mean, they used to be INS. I believe that they became ICE when they reoriented and they created the Department of Homeland Security. I'm not 100% certain on that, but
so, I mean, I've heard of INS, then that makes sense. So that's who they are. That's who they used to be.
Yeah, it used to be INS, but then they put it under Department of Homeland Security, and so they kind of like split. I think They split the old INS into ICE, which is Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and then CBP, which is Customs and Border Protection.
Oh, the Patriot Act.
Yeah, so it's like I think CBP mostly has jurisdiction like at or near the border, whereas ICE has jurisdiction all over the interior.
I mean, the
of the
fear
United
is so
States.
big. They jumped into the seed bank, the one that's in was it like Wisconsin or something like that, because the title's like diversity, but it's diversity over seeds. As in, like, all right, say a plant plague comes around and kills like a certain type of seed. There's extra seeds at this one particular bank.
Yeah.
So you go get those seeds and replant the seeds. All they saw was diversity, and they attacked that seed place and took their funding.
They're just
You
so
attacked
dumb.
seedlings.
like it's so dumb.
Like you attacked broccoli, corn, or whatever the fuck it was supposed to be growing. All you saw was diversity.
Right.
And you went after that way. You cut its funding, and I think they cut it like to a 10th.
Did you see? I think it was a meme, but I think it's actually true. It was about the classified in Florida saying blueberry pickers or strawberry pickers, $11 an hour, 12-hour days, and they're like, nobody's hiring.
No, they did that. They did with a couple of inmates, and they were like, "Oh, we'll lower your sentences if you do this for us." But they were still like, "Nah, we're good. I'm gonna go back home." Because they did like a 9-hour day backbreaking work picking strawberries.
As a
And
kid,
they were like, "I'd rather just stay in jail for 20 years. I'm not doing this."
As a kid, I helped pick my grandmother's farm.
Mhm.
Fuck that shit.
Mm.
That shit is horrible work.
I got a buddy from Atlanta, and they took him to a plantation to pick cotton.
For fun?
No, as in like a field trip.
Wait,
For
isn't
fun?
there?
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't there that guy? There's a video of a similar.
There's another guy who did the
Yeah,
same
it's
thing.
the same thing, and
What
like,
the fuck?
and he,
He said he was in, like third grade, and they like took his like entire school to a plantation, and they picked the cotton, and then they took the pot cotton that they picked. And I remember being like, first thing first, that cotton's mine.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Second thing, could you imagine going home and telling Donna, "Hey, guess what I did today?
Right.
I picked cotton."
well, that's how that kid. That's how
Murder,
that guy.
right.
That's how that kid.
White teacher, wasn't it?
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
little white teacher.
So that's how that kid, the guy who is on this video. I wish we had it because it was really
I think I
funny.
can find it.
That he his mom found out and read
What's
the
this
riot
woman
act
lost
to
her
the school
fucking mind.
because he kept some of the cotton in his
If my
pocket,
son came home with cotton, I'm like, "Where you get that cotton from?"
and she
Like,
did.
raw,
She goes,
unprocessed?
"Where'd you get that cotton?" He goes, "I got it on our field trip. On our field trip, you signed the permission slip. We went
Excuse me.
and picked cotton at the plantation."
I
She
can
was
imagine
like,
just pulling up
"What?"
to school, watching my mom walk into the school and then mushroom cloud. Like,
Yeah.
it's over. Life is done.
Yeah,
So yeah,
It's like the funniest thing.
yeah. Well,
Anyway,
getting
yeah.
back to ICE really quickly though, because it is really disturbing that it seems to be becoming
Found it.
like a secret police. But like, I also feel like we all tend to focus on trees and not the forest, because like, what is their ultimate goal? What are they doing in office right now? They're not trying to reform government. They're not trying to fix government. They're trying to break government.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
you can't make all of these economic decisions that fly in the face of like basic economics.
Mhm.
Like, you can't just at every turn at every turn making economic whether it's tariffs, whether it's this tax bill, cutting Medicaid, things like that. Like, you don't do all these things unless you've got some kind of an overarching plan, and at the same time that there's a secret police force developing. I mean, aren't they creating the conditions for like real legitimate like social unrest that is usually the dictator's calling card for, great, now I can stick my secret police on these guys and really take control. Like, I mean, as an asylum lawyer, part of my job is always to educate a judge or an asylum officer. Like, why is this country so fucked up that we can't send this guy back? And oftentimes it's stuff like, frankly, what we're starting to see here. I think of Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a one-party, pseudo democracy state where Daniel Ortega, who's like a proto Sandinista, he has been president of Nicaragua since 2006.
Wow.
So he's coming up on 20 years
They can't get
as
rid
the
of him.
president. They can't get rid of him. I mean, who wants to? At this point, nobody wants to get rid of him because he's co-opted
Whoever's next.
the legislature. He's co-opted the judges. They are all on his side. They're all, will do his bidding. And opposition people get arrested, which is a lot of times where I find a lot of my clients. I get a lot of my clients who were, threatened or tortured by the state because they're opposition, they're politically opposed to the Sandinistas, and that's feels like where we're headed. We're 100 days in. We're a third of the first year of his presidency in.
So what do you see for 4 years? How deep does it go?
Being fucked.
Fuck.
I mean, it
Like, when you're
could
fucked,
get bad. It could get really bad. Like, I mean, if you think about all of the things that they're doing are really intended to continue to keep people divided, and to, I think, probably like create the conditions for some sort of emergency declaration where he can either get the military to declare martial law or just, like Hitler had with the brown shirts, just like a random paramilitary group that just, went around and killed people, beat people up, the kind of people who the party didn't like.
right.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't in the first term he did a bunch of wild shit in the beginning and then kind of pulled it back?
Yeah, I mean, in the first term, first off,
Hitler?
he doesn't really know what he doesn't look. Donald Trump is not some genius political mind
No.
who's figuring, playing 4D chess and thinking 3 moves in advance. Like, that's
you
not
also
what's going
can't
on.
call him stupid. You don't acquire that much wealth and fuck that many people over by being dumb.
I didn't say. I'm not saying he's. I'm not saying
I'll
he's dumb,
I'll disagree.
but I don't think.
No,
I don't
I'll
think he's
tell
a
you why. I'll
political
tell you why.
genius.
Because Forrest Gump doesn't exist. I'm not saying he's a political genius, but when people start calling that man dumb, you have to remember where he is, his title, and how he got there.
He is dumb.
You
He's
can't get
privileged.
dumb. You're
You
not
can be
dumb.
$500 million.
We can say ignorant. We can say ignorant. He can be all the debt in the world is, but who's in charge? What's more important, money or power?
But he
The fucker
didn't,
has
he
power right
didn't
now.
create that money nor that power.
It doesn't
That
matter.
shit was
But
handed over to him.
it's still his.
I'm not saying
And that's
it's
the
not,
thing. That's
but
the thing. It's still
I'm
his.
saying we can still call him.
In order to call him dumb would just be like undermining the fact that he can still fuck us.
Well, but even it's a pointless conversation. He's in charge and he's doing bad
That's
shit,
true.
and he's going to keep doing bad shit. And I don't know where the brakes are in the system.
because he's pulling all the brakes.
I don't know where the brakes are. I mean, the Supreme Court can rule against him, and then what's he going to do? The Supreme Court,
his newest ruling is literally that he can just do whatever the fuck he
The
wants.
Supreme
It's like
Court-
the Supreme Court has no control.
the Supreme Court's already told him, bring this guy back from El Salvador, and they're just like,
Nah.
nah.
I mean, this goes along with everything when we tried to prosecute him in the first term, and he just said no. He's literally the first person that said no, and now we don't know what to do with ourselves. Like, we don't know because we're not doing it. And like the big beautiful deal has a whole bunch of like guardrails coming off,
Mhm.
a whole more guardrails coming off.
Yep.
I mean, this is
It also has a 345% increase in funding for ICE.
Jesus.
The
Fucking
aforementioned-
bullshit.
the
Like,
aforementioned secret police, the people who are covering their faces, wearing all black tactical gear, and
Breaking into people's homes.
not identifying who they are, what agency they are, maybe showing a badge.
You remember we
maybe
used to look
not.
at Mexico like that? They would show the cops who did all the raids. And we'd be like, why are they covering their faces? And now we're going through that right now. It's just like, why are they covering their faces? You want to know why? Because you want to be a faceless individual. You're not kicking someone's door and kill their kid.
Well, I think
shoot
in
their dog.
Mexico, the police were targets, or were serious.
Well, that's
targets.
what I'm saying. For us, it was like, well, why are they covering their face if they're doing a good thing? Me on the other end, I was already like, I know why. You're a fucking target. But here it's like, oh, if you're doing the right thing, why are you covering your face, right?
Mhm. Exactly right.
This is them covering their faces in your fucking face.
And they're public employees. They're federal
Mhm.
employees. They're paid by our tax dollars.
Just don't understand how you can live that life, how you could be that person.
because they don't.
Easy. Law of averages. Think about it, right? What is it, 7 billion people on this fucking earth? Say it's like 0.2% of people who are willing to do that. That's more than a football stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some real sadists out there, man.
Well, the amount of people just do not necessarily give a fuck. Or the people who just feel like, all right, cool, being white is right and being everything else is wrong. And fuck you. Do you know what it takes to cause a genocide? You have to look at a human being as worse than an ant. When people think about genocide, they generally think about like the African genocide because that's what we're taught, right? Those like little small villages that get murdered by other Africans. They're like, oh, that's genocide. But no, they had to create a word for World War II for what they did to Jewish people to show you what an actual fucked up real thing is. Create a word and not be fucking Shakespeare, you know? So like you think of those things to dehumanize an entire population. And be that able to be like, all right, cool, I can press some gas and take your shoes and fill up a room or your jewelry, the amount of boxes that were found. And that's just one genocide right there. But we're right here looking at another one possibly being. Because once you start getting near the Mexicans, to quote Chris Rock, niggas and Jews are next. You want to go for El Salvadorians, you want to go for all those people, those are easy hunting words. But then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. What did Shay say last night about Diddy? Like, oh, say you start yourself on a 44cc bike, and then that speed's like real easy. Now you're on a high fucking booster doing 200 miles an hour and doing whatever you want to do because you steadily just get closer to doing more and ready to do more.
That's what Trump's doing. Trump is pushing the boundaries.
He is.
Every day.
In every instance. I mean, even things like firing commissioners from independent agencies.
The library lady.
Not the
library lady. She has a fucking name, but still.
The statutes say you can't fire these people, and he fires them, and then the Supreme Court says, well, okay, you can fire them. It's fine. You know, on a shadow docket, no less, with no actual opinion, no briefing of the actual issue.
But
he's pushing the boundaries everywhere he's pushing the boundaries.
Like, this isn't new though. This is so I know that I blame a lot of things on Reagan because but here's the thing, you can't just blame it on him because here's your big fuck, right? Civil War ends in 1965, right? Sorry, 1865, right?
You say 1965.
Fair. Respect. But think about like this, right? So all those generals, all those people who committed treason against the United States, technically, by leaving the United States, starting their own confederacy, building dollar bills, and keeping slavery and going against the United States, served no time whatsoever. They were all given
commutation or pardons.
They were all given pardons immediately, which meant that they were allowed to hold office, which meant that they were allowed to give us Jim Crow.
They infiltrated. They
were allowed to give us all those things just because, not for nothing, Lincoln didn't really fuck with black people that goddamn much anyway. And if you don't get a chance to realize this, there's a book called Forced into Greatness about Abraham Lincoln. Go give that shit a fucking look. But you look at that at 1865 and see where the fuck we are now. And like, there's your start point right there. All those people that were against us, all those people who were allowed to fuck over the United States were given all out freedom, privilege to be doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And they get to hold office after all those things. Where honestly speaking, in most wars, you have to serve some form of time.
Look at the Nazis. They created NASA.
Right.
I mean,
right. Or a lot of weird people in fucking what you call South America.
I mean, so Ian, is there, I mean, we're going to keep talking about this, but like, what stops him? Or what stops this?
Well,
midterms?
Biology is one thing that will stop him. Like, he's an old man and eventually he'll be dead.
And here's the thing, when he dies, it's gonna be conspiracy.
Key word is eventually, though. And that's the problem.
I know.
But that's the thing. When
God takes the good ones first.
Well, when he does die, if he does die in office or whatever, it's going to be a conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory.
Of course it will.
Oh, look, the Age of Spin is fantastic.
Which is fine, but, you know.
He can kick tomorrow. They'll be like, oh, he was in good health. The Democrats must have done it.
I still love the fact that he said his ear got shot and his ear is still intact. Have y'all seen Evander Holyfield's ear?
It's still missing a fucking chunk. That was what, 97?
Yeah. So you're
the shit doesn't grow back. He's not.
Do you know what my favorite part about that situation is, though? Him falling and picking up his lifts and putting them back in his shoes so people didn't know he wasn't that tall. He had lifts in his shoes. There's a picture of him like on the ground and he's like reaching for his lifts. to put him back in
I
the
didn't
shoes.
realize that. There's so much fake things about him, like the cosmetics wise. They're like, you know how what's it, Jesse Waters and them always talk about like fucking men in makeup and shit like this.
Mhm.
But these bitches are wearing more makeup than fucking drag queens.
Mhm.
They got didn't they just put in like a whole fucking like makeup counter at the fucking Pentagon? A whole like room.
Yes, been there forever.
Oh, but no, they just upgraded.
I mean, look, think about it. Look, one of the
when they do TV hits or something.
Yeah,
like
no,
that,
Yeah.
but
One
I'm
of the
saying is
first
they
things
just
JFK
updated
did,
updated it.
JFK didn't wear a black suit on black and white TV. He wore a blue suit, which made it look weird, which made people pay more attention to him in his first statement than anyone else because the suit didn't look right on TV.
Huh.
There's always been a makeup department.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they actually put in.
Yes,
They took away some offices recently and upgraded to like this higher end fucking makeup shop.
Well, because it probably costs a lot of money to make Orange Man orange.
Well, and eyeshadow.
And also, ugly people don't get votes.
this is true.
Look, at the end of the day, you're more likely. Look, they did it with kindergartners. Remember back in like the 90s? They were like, oh, they gave him like a teacher, the same teacher, mind you, made her look ugly one time. And none of the kids wanted to listen. Then they made her look pretty the second time. And all the kids were like, well, it's better to pay attention to pretty people. And as adults, we do the same fucking
We
thing.
absolutely just hit it. That's why if you ever had daughters, guys, and they're ugly, you better tell them to get smart.
I
What?
think.
That's
I'm gonna
solid
let you
advice.
sit on
Solid
that one. Sit on that one.
I'm just saying. I mean, it is what I mean. It is what it is. It's the
Give
fact.
Marcus the bottle too, please. Make him shut the fuck up.
I want
Yeah.
to keep going.
You yapping bitch.
I love when
Yeah.
people
Yep.
Wait, is it-
I'm a yapping,
Well, that's
yapping,
what I
yapping,
Is it yappy or yappy?
yapping.
yapping, yapping.
Yapping.
I
Without
enjoy
the
my
G.
public moments when me and Marcus are like holding hands and singing Kumbaya and giggling, and people are like, "Thought you guys hated each other." These are the moments that happen. It's just like, you bitch. Like, I
Oh my
So
goodness.
Jamie puts his finger in my mouth.
didn't put it in your butt.
You want to wear my jacket? I don't think we're
What do
going.
we do?
Fat
What do we
guy in a
do?
little coat, right?
Okay.
You're welcome. BRB.
Oh man, Ian, you got anything else you want to put into this segment? And actually, I'm really glad that we get to do this segment. First of all, let me cut you off.
Good job, Marcus. Good job listening.
Shit is fucked up. That's for sure. That is for sure. So
I mean, all of it.
Did you just put your finger in your butt because it smells funny?
Not this time.
God.
I mean, we are just really fucked. Like, really, like I think I'm at that point of what am I? I'm like,
Give it up.
no, I'm like afraid. I've said this before. I'm afraid to look at anything. I don't know anything because I don't look at the news because it just makes my blood pressure like shoot
yeah,
out,
and
off the roof. Like, and I don't know. I mean, I
that's,
think
that's fine. Like, don't make yourself unhealthy to feel like you need to stay up on the news. Like, definitely manage your own physical and mental health for sure. In my line of work, I really can't avoid it, and and being on like immigration lawyer Facebook pages and Reddit pages and email listservs and shit. For some reason, this past week was just like, oh my God, what is going on? What the hell? And yeah, it hasn't always been great for my mental health, but fortunately I, maintain a steady cocktail of mild hallucinogens and,
I was literally gonna say, what does Ian do to relieve the mental health?
I mean, it's just
that's it. I play music.
It's crazy. I
That's
mean,
right.
I just, every day it's like something else. Every day it's like somebody, and the thing is, I've said it before. It's not just him. It's the entire administration, and then it goes beyond that. Yeah, it goes beyond that into the political party, the people who are supposedly, representing the people, and his own political party. They don't even represent the Republican Party of our generation. Like, they're totally different. They don't give a shit. Like, no one wants to stand up to him. Not even the Democrats try to stand up to him anymore, you know, and like they just let shit go and let this administration you know, operate just however they want to, and there's no recourse, there's nothing, there's barely anything.
Yeah.
And it's just getting exponentially worse.
What we've learned with Donald Trump as president is that like the rules that we previously thought inhibited presidents from becoming dictators were
The balance of power, or the
really there were
checks and
really,
balances?
really more suggestions than rules per se.
Don't we
And
learn checks and balances in 5th grade?
Yes, in elementary school we learned about checks and balances. Also, we learned about the checks and balances through School of Rock. like, like
the problem
just a
is
bill, only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
yeah, I mean the problem with the checks and balances part right
Something
now
important
is that
to you.
you know, I mean, at the risk of sounding like a history nerd, like the Constitution was written with the idea that like that the branches would check each other, the other branches, the other two branches, but I don't think that they necessarily planned on political parties that would sort of supersede the branches, because the Republicans in Congress right now have fealty and loyalty to Donald Trump,
right.
not to the
It
Constitution.
is not,
because-
Not to the
fealty and
countries.
loyalty to Donald Trump. It is fealty and loyalty to keeping your fucking job.
which requires
'Cause
fealty
they could
and
probably
loyalty
hate
to
his
Donald Trump.
goddamn job.
They
Guts.
probably do.
They do. Of course they do.
Oh,
They're selling their soul to the devil, and they know it.
Yeah.
But
They
you want to
absolutely
keep
know.
your goddamn job.
But you make what,
Well, those are things-
250,000?
You make more than that. Nancy Pelosi's worth $150 million.
I
Right
mean,
now.
but would you get paid by
But,
Congress?
but
Oh,
not
well, I
she's-
think the president
yeah.
makes
240, I think it
the
is.
president makes 600K,
I'm not sure how much it is.
and then what? Senators, what's
Bing that shit,
I
Marcus.
think it's like 250.
That's the shirt we fucking need, guys. Speaking
Bing
of
that
which, call
shit.
to action, guys. Hey, listen, we've got these websites that Marcus is about to show on the thing. Boo, I apologize. I've never really, don't have it as good as you do. But if you go to crushingboo.com,
Crushing DC.
Crushing DC. Yeah, I want to say crushingboo.com. It's these damn t-shirts of his I wear that are also on the website, crushingdc.com, where you can find hoodies, tumblers, shirts, things that say high as fuck,
Sundress.
Philly as fuck, or we need
DC
one that
as
says
fuck.
Valerie as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you because that's
yapping as fuck.
and yapping as fuck
Oh,
is coming.
Yapping
Yap-
bitch.
Yapping
Yapping
bitch
bitch.
is coming. Damn, we needed
And
that.
then with
like,
my face.
we needed that like 6 months ago. We needed her 6 months ago so we could get that shit during Pride Month. Damn it.
Bitch.
Yapping
Bitch,
as fuck.
biatch. Either way.
Yes, bitch.
If you want to start a podcast and want to be on our podcast, we also have a website. You want to go to District Dog Face Studios. It was District Dog Face Studio at gmail.com. And you will speak to this lovely asshole right here, Marcus Bradley Donovan, who will start you on a journey
And
of
I've
starting
actually
or being on.
picked
our
up, I
podcast
picked up a
ourselves.
few clients this week, so that's good.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
And then that's our
And that's where you can find all of us. Watch the show.
Watch the show.
Watch
to our YouTube-
previous. You can watch previous.
YouTube
episodes.
channel's blowing up. Go to it.
Go to the YouTube channel.
You can watch my first show where I make fun of a three-legged dog and Aladdin in the same 30 fucking seconds.
So, Ian, I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
find this. I want to tell you something.
Yes.
I had someone do a comprehensive overview of the District of Misfits.
I got the lowest score.
Well, of course you did.
What do you mean, of course I did? It said I'm sometimes funny. I was like, well, this is wrong.
Right? This is not accurate.
This is not accurate at the fuck all.
But it did do a
I
cut.
drink Mad Dog and say terrible things to people. I'm the best.
No, I didn't say you weren't funny. It said you can be very funny and engaging, but sometimes feels like you're still figuring out your show, your role.
Read yours too.
But also, it's probably like because you do move around.
I got an 8.5 out of 10.
Maybe it's that.
Nice.
Charismatic, funny, opinionated, real.
Which makes no
Wrong.
sense because half the time Marcus doesn't even talk.
Right.
That's only now though. And when Boo's not here, I talk a lot.
But like
Can I finish mine?
because we decided that it only analyzed the past few episodes because
A few episodes. It went deeper than that. It did all the District of Misfits shows.
okay, but like
That's
it
a lot of damn
why
shows.
then why would it only analyze Ian and
because it
and Mark Babiak and
because I mentioned the four of us in every show and every show note, so it also went through all the show notes. And we also say each other's names a lot and whatever. Fucking let me just finish. Natural ringleader energy, great at driving the conversation. Occasionally talks over people. Derails the structure.
Shocking.
You know, guys, we might not be wrong, except for the score.
Are you talking about,
But let me get to Ian. Ian, you got an 8 out of 10 for being a good guest.
8?
Yeah.
Just 8?
The bullshit.
Dude, I got a 6.5.
Solid commentary and adds legal and insightful layers.
How about that?
I mean,
But then it says musicians are sometimes gold, sometimes unprepared, and sometimes not very good.
Damn.
what?
This is
I call challenge on it.
This is true.
No, even Dewar said the same thing he just said. So yeah.
Did they mention anything about like handsome, good looking?
He said he's very gorgeous and sometimes neat.
Yes.
Very neat.
Did
Very
they
neat.
say anything
Very
about
neat, yeah.
Bama as fuck? Or what? Bama?
It
One of
says
our
Obama.
favorite
It says
What
Obama.
was your
It says Obama.
one of our favorite jokes was the Obama and Obama.
I sent a picture that night.
Man, that was amazing.
That is probably one of the best clips we've had in a while.
I think we should actually count the minutes that went by before you actually let us
No, because it's
let
only
us
2
in.
minutes. So it's 5 minutes in trauma time.
Well, so here's what happened.
It felt like an hour.
Ian was trying to tell us something, and then I put up the picture prematurely, and everybody just shut Ian off, or I should say, Boo shut Ian down because Boo just went off on a rant.
Well, I was like, look, it says
He's
Bama.
like, I like your shirt, Ian. You know, you're calling out the Bamas. And I'm like,
It says Obama.
actually, that's an Obama. That's an Obama.
That's when
shirt.
I got up and stood in the corner. You put baby in the corner. I also cracked the jokes. I was like, it looks like none of you know what to do with your beards.
And I got thinking about that. I didn't really start growing a beard till about right then, actually.
What,
You mean
right
3 weeks
now?
ago?
No, dude, no,
Say, Marcus, the entire time I've known you,
that picture,
except for that one time.
that one time.
That picture, your
bald Marcus?
beard was
Bald
like
Marcus?
fairly. grown
Keep it
out,
up. I'll shave my
so
head tomorrow.
Don't do it
If I was like eerily scared of my bald head,
because
It's
it's
like a hairy
terrifying.
nipple again.
why is it terrifying?
Terrifying though.
It is.
Yeah,
is. I don't like
Why is
it.
it terrifying?
I don't like it. It gives me. I told you, Annabelle was like. That made
Tell
me.
him who Annabelle is first.
Wait, guys, have we talked about this Annabelle going missing thing?
You talking
like-
about my bald head first?
No, why do we don't have to keep talking about that? It scares us all, Marcus. It scares us all.
my
You know,
friend's
like,
my friend's 17-and-a-half-year-old daughter. Well, she's
17
18
and a
now.
half.
She's now 18 years old. She was like, it unnerved. She
I'm
goes,
this many.
she said when Marcus shaved his head, it unnerved her. She was like, it makes me uncomfortable. And I was like,
And this-
same.
This
Same.
doesn't know me.
17 year and a half.
But she watches the show sometimes.
It unnerves me.
And that's what unnerved her about me was that.
No,
Does she know he got an 8.5
What?
out of 10?
What,
that might make
the
me
question is, what kind of skinhead does she think he is? Like, are you the
It's
ska
just like me.
skinhead
She was
that
like,
we
I
all
don't like
hate?
it. She's
So
like, I don't like
when
it.
I did shave my head one time, I was in the kitchen, and most kitchens are not all white people. So like when I was at the
You
end,
don't fucking say.
yeah. So when I was at the end gym, one of the guys I became really good friends with, his name is Dwayne Vanderville or some shit, and he's very black.
Dwayne.
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 So like when he fills out an application, he puts Vanderbilt first. I'm like, you're a smart man.
Respect.
He's like, when I first met you, I was like, man, this racist Nazi fuck, I'm probably gonna fight this guy. And we end up becoming like fucking phenomenal fucking friends. And he's just like, see, but you can't judge the books, guys. Just because I look like every fucking racist white guy in the world doesn't mean I am that guy.
See, my thing is like, are you a skinhead like plays too much ska?
Mm.
Because I would hate that guy more.
Why? Scott's not racist.
No, ska's like reggae for white people. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It
I mean,
is.
see, now I'm
No,
mad that
it's-
Tim Moore is not here because we could have talked about our
But
resident
Ska's
skinhead.
good shit. Ska's good music.
He's not a skin.
Are we gonna really do this?
Just like 311's good music.
Hmm,
Don't fight. I'll fight.
The specials.
I know.
Yeah.
And just because I'm scared for my butthole, I'm not gonna fight you. Marcus isn't gonna do anything to my butthole. All children,
I said my right hand.
sleep tight, keep your butthole tight.
My right hand and right fingers are strong.
we know.
I didn't wash my hands yet.
Ew. What is it?
Still
What is my
drinking.
watermelon? Watermelon.
Can't stop me. Blue.
So also, Ian, you were mentioning Molly earlier. You want to talk about the podcast that you were on with her recently?
Well, yeah, she just started up a new podcast called What Do We Do Next? She was obviously unnerved by her situation at the airport, but then after that, she was pissed off and like wanted to channel that into
Molly pissed off.
wanted to channel that into something hopefully productive, and
I'm a close friend of Molly's. I can say that.
so she started up this podcast, What Do We Do Next? And she had me on as a first guest where we, bitched about ICE being lawless. And, but I also kind of like gave her, the spiel that I give my clients about how to deal with ICE in the streets, how you deal with them at home. And then some like practical advice for people who are not undocumented or don't necessarily have undocumented in their family. But if you see what's going on in the street, like how do you communicate that in your networks so that information can get out there? Film, if you see ICE rounding people up, get your phone. You can't impede them. They are still officers of the law. You can't impede their operations, or you're going to be as much in trouble as anybody. But like, film them, and then let people know what's going on.
On Facebook Live, do the lives, yeah.
Do things live, but
don't get in the way.
More importantly,
Like, don't get arrested.
give out information, and get information into the hands of people who need that information. Like, how many agents are they armed? Have they identified themselves? Are they ICE? Are they
hurting people?
Are they ATF? Are they masked? What's going on? How many vans are there? Is the van marked, unmarked? Where's the location? Where are they? What time of the day is this happening? What's the date that this is happening? If you've got your phone out and you're videoing what's going on, like, just
put the information
narrate
in
it.
it. Yeah.
Narrate it. Hey, it's May 23rd, 2025. It's 4:00 in the afternoon.
Timestamp it. Yeah.
I'm at the La
Corner of
Hacienda restaurant in Heights, whatever. Just and then get that information on social
Get it
media.
out there.
Get that information on, you may have like a neighborhood app or something like that. If
Get it
there's
to
a
people like
if
me who
there's a
can put it out
neighborhood
there.
watch, yeah.
So this is what I want from you. Okay. I want you know how you see those lawyers on YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff, and they talk about like shut the fuck up and things you should do with drinking and driving and stuff like that. I feel like I would like to see you on more of those.
Yeah.
30-second clips, 2-minute clips. Little like boom, boom, little, what would they call them? Little drops, like boom, 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 just like dropping knowledge here and there. That's what I think they need from someone like you. That's what I would like. This is me hinting to you. I would like to see more of that from you, because you do know way more than all of us put together. And this right now is your.
Will that get me up to an 8.5?
It
get you
might.
to a
It might.
Okay.
It might. Maybe
All right.
8.75.
Might even get you to a 10, because it didn't mention your looks, so that might be holding you back.
It could be. Likely. That's
Yeah.
likely.
Because if it saw your looks, it might put you up to a 10.5.
10.
But no, I want to see. I think people would deserve to hear what you have to say.
Well,
And
appreciate it.
you have an iPhone. It's very easy for you to be like, send to Marcus. Put it up. But I do want you to do this more often with us.
I want to hear what Mary Hoffman has to say about that idea.
I know, Mary Hoffman, where did you go?
Stop stealing my money, Ian. Smack the shit out of you.
I'm gonna hack my way into her Facebook page.
I looked for her. She's not real.
I want to know how the hell she got here.
She's not real. I looked her up.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
It's like some kid in Uzbekistan in like an office park in Uzbekistan. He's sitting at a table with like 40 other guys.
I watched Borat in the theaters twice.
Why?
And then I bought that
I watched
movie.
it at home once and turned it off.
I watched that movie for a solid
Brilliant.
couple of years.
Brilliant.
And then one day found
But
out
you know what?
that
That's a movie you can watch one time.
I found out that Uzbekistan was a real place. And the reason why I
He's
found
from
out,
Kazakhstan,
wait,
isn't he?
That was Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan, either way, wherever the fuck
Yeah.
he's
That's
from, it's a
not
real place.
Is it?
Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Wow.
What made me find out it was a real place.
Listen, you yappy bitch over
Wait.
there. You sit there and shut your yappy hole.
Yapping.
I'm yapping, bitch.
You're yappy.
The reason why I found out it was a real place because during the Olympics they played the Kazakhstan national anthem, but from Borat.
No,
And it was on
way.
CNN the next day, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's a real place." And they played the wrong national anthem. That fucking sucks.
Was it the wrong, or did they adopt that one?
No, it was literally the wrong. It was literally the wrong one. So of course, Sacha Baron Cohen,
Genius.
good on me for saying that, right?
You did
Uh,
that right the first
Like
time.
he put together like a fake one, just for like the movie.
Hmm.
But like when the Olympic Committee went to go download it, they downloaded that one
Oh
instead of
my
the
God.
real national anthem of it. Which is like, damn it!
That's awesome.
I wish Canada would just give me one Drake song and I'd giggle my fucking ass off.
That's funny. So, Jay and Silent Bob, as of late, the motherfuck part, do you guys ever see?
Motherfucker.
Would you like to see it in sign language?
Sure.
I have one quick joke for you, real fast.
Go right ahead there.
So say
My
someone,
monkey.
say someone who is deaf is missing a finger. Are they impaired? Are they language impaired?
I can't answer that question.
It's fucking awesome. Do your thing. I volunteered to guy you dead one time. It's like saying you have a black friend. I'm allowed to say that.
Can I offer some stage direction?
You may.
Do that. You might not want to sit in front of like the black.
What you trying to say, white man?
I'm just saying. Look at me. I'm in front of black, and it's a little more contrast.
So you said you two should switch seats?
No.
What? No.
Fuck out.
What?
I'm joking. Ian's a good guy.
Really?
I hate his shirt.
Where you used to sit before, you were lit much better when you used to sit.
No, it wasn't. I was in red.
And no,
I realize you
in
hate. I
front of-
realize you
in-
hate the
in front of the
Michigan, but you're also known to have terrible taste. So
I don't hate Michigan. I'm just a U fan and I'm an Eagles fan. I just hate everything that's not.
That's right. I keep
bad.
forgetting we're both you fans.
Fucking I go.
I will say,
the U.
yeah, the real you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I will say that like,
Okay.
this thing kind of has been
Calm
complicated.
down.
Well, who do you want to read for? The University of Miami or the University of Ohio? We're talking about Miami.
Miami of Ohio
Michigan.
or Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida, asshole.
Why?
And why are you going against us? You hate
Anybody-
the other Ohio.
Why would anybody be like a Miami of Ohio fan?
No, he's a Michigan guy, so he hates
Oh.
Ohio. So I think he thought we
If
were
you
talking about
went-
Ohio.
Like, in what fucking world though has anyone
Ben Roethlisberger.
ever been like, oh, I know? You wonder why he's there? Rapist. Anyways, why would anyone be like, Miami? Have you met someone who's a Miami Ohio fan?
I know people who are Miami grads.
Are they smart?
I didn't say if they were
What
grads.
is that school?
I
known for?
said were they Miami Ohio fans? That doesn't mean are they grads.
I've seen.
Anyway, motherfuck. Ma'am. She does a lot, actually. She does a couple of them.
I would like to throw it out there that he said he won a nickel bag, and my man said $15 in my hand.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. I don't know why. I've seen that movie too many times. I mean, it came out when I was in my early
How about
20s.
this? Big shout out to Dogma for going back in the theaters.
Oh, is it back in the 25 years?
Alan fucking Rickman, baby. Hell,
Bro.
yeah.
That is
Alan
one of the most
Rickman is
underrated.
Metatron.
That's one of the most underrated movies of all
I don't
time.
think it's underrated. We all watched
No,
it. We
it is
all loved it.
underrated.
I feel like we got screwed over because
Gen X loves it.
it's a Weinstein movie,
You know,
and he had to get his money. He had to get someone else to buy it for him to put it back out. You got to remember his whole thing. Anything that came out of Weinstein, he was like, "We're not doing this."
heck, semen.
Well, I mean, I think there's also an educational aspect to this. By the way, I think we all learned some sign language from this.
We
Coke
Like,
did.
for example, this is blunt.
For
I'm
sure.
not gonna remember that in 10
Shit.
minutes.
Right? She was like,
I already forgot it.
But I played it because of the Coke.
You know what I caught? 1, 2, and 3. I caught that part.
Did
That was easy.
put that little man, put that shit
in my hand.
yeah.
Oh, fuck them.
Great stuff.
We're all having a good
This
time.
is-
So that being said, Jamie, you and I have partied out a lot in public.
Thanks for telling my mom.
Have you ever done it like this?
Go ahead, get right. Yeah, dang. Come on now. Let me get a bump.
Have you ever been in a basketball game or any pro sporting outlet?
Are
in
you talking about in audio or in the white people we just watched?
And the white people.
Because I've never been caught on camera. doing any
I'm
type
not
of
saying being
drugs.
caught. Have
You
ever
don't,
seen-
as
has-
a
has
lawyer,
any-
as a lawyer, you do not have to answer that
has
question.
have you ever seen any of your
As
friends?
someone who has had to call a lawyer, I ain't got to answer shit.
Have you seen any of your friends do it in a public game?
I ain't gotta do shit but stay black and die. And you ain't gonna have me announcing shit like this on camera. I'm gonna say kinda. That's where we're gonna stop.
How about cotton picking on a field trip?
You know what, Marcus? There
Are
are
we
moments
watching
in
this?
time where I will fuck your Delaware ass up.
Della what?
Della who?
Cotton picking?
I
There's another thing we have to
Della
look for:
why?
the amount of times we've actually done that. Because it's like I know I started it, but damn it, it just feels good every single time.
and
someone
it's
says
we have
Delaware,
to.
and the immediate response is Della who?
Della what?
Delaware?
Della what?
Delaware. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him.
No,
Marcus
I
got
was-
that I eat ass face. Like I got called eating ass face. Look at him. That's how fuck the face.
I was just thinking about. No, I was just thinking about. I met like a few people from Jersey in the past couple of days,
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
and you understand this, and we say this all the time. Like you guys don't understand. This.
They put lettuce and tomatoes on their cheesesteak. They can't be trusted.
I don't like that.
It's just
But anyway, no, like anytime I say I'm from Delaware, you guys make fun of Delaware, but anybody from Jersey is like, oh, little sister, little brother, part of the city.
They call you the
Say that.
Garden State because you're Philadelphia and New York's backyard.
No, they call
Shut
New
up.
Jersey the Garden State.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I was talking about Delaware,
I'm talking about Jersey. Like you're the backyard.
but that's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
sucks even more.
there's a
What's-
brotherhood. There's a brotherhood between those three little shitty areas.
Oh, that sucks. That's not good.
Because I'm right though.
That's not a good thing.
But we all know each other.
Mhm.
You know, it's just like
It's like, yeah,
we don't like each other. None of us like each other. That's the thing. None of us like in that area.
well, we all do. We've all been to Wildwood and got a splinter on the boardwalk
Which-
and got infected.
which Made me think. Val, have I ever
and
taken
all
you?
lost a toe or something. Like
Have you
that.
ever done the ferry over to Jersey?
No.
I haven't taken
stepped
you.
on a syringe on the beach.
Jamie,
That's
have you-
only on certain beaches, asshole. Shut the fuck up.
Jamie, have you ever taken the ferry over?
Of course I have, sadly.
Dude, sadly, they started day drinking on this thing.
Are we watching this video?
You'd rather see cotton picking instead of me talking about Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Or Delaware?
This field trip I have ever been on in my fucking life. They took us to a fucking cotton processing place. And there was a big ass cotton field out in the middle of fucking Raymond, Alabama, in the south of Montgomery County. We went there, and me and 28 other little nigglets in Miss Harper's third grade classroom, they took our asses out there in the middle of the fucking August heat and said, hey, y'all, they gave us bags and shit, like little cute little plastic bags with a cotton puff person with a smile on his face, and they're like, "Hey, y'all go out there, have fun, pick as much cotton as you want." And so my stupid ass went. You know, I went. My mama signed off on it and didn't think about
See,
it.
mama
and
signed
I
off
went
on
to
it.
the fucking field trip. Out there in the field, just having a good old time. We were singing songs and shit in the middle of the motherfucking field, picking goddamn cotton
Yeah.
in the middle of the fucking heat. And then, you know, I'm thinking, because it's a field trip, they told us you can pick as much as you want. Hey, you get to keep the fucking cotton. You can keep it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep it. And we go to get back on the bus. They're like, all right, kids, turn your bags in. And they take our asses inside and took all the damn cotton that we had. And then told us to get back on the fucking bus. So me being a little rebel, I took a handful of cotton, stuffed it in my pocket, and went home. Then my mama came when she was doing laundry the next night. She was like, what the fuck, is this cotton in your back pocket? I was like, yeah. Where the hell did you get unprocessed raw cotton from? Well, yesterday on that field trip, they took us to a cotton processing plant, and we got to pick cotton all day long. My mama came to the school, and I swear to God, that shit went down. She locked this woman in a room like, how dare you jive-ass motherfuckers take my kids and all these other ashy
still
little
73
Negroes to a fucking cotton field in the middle of the summer. You fucking soulless bitch. She fucking checked me out of school. I didn't go to school for 3 days behind that shit. She said, I don't want to have to look at that bitch. She was pissed at everybody. Yes, that was the most racist shit I've ever gone through in my life. I didn't even understand what was wrong until the next year. I didn't even understand. I just thought we were just gonna go have some fun in the field. Fuck that shit. That was fucking sharecropping if I ever seen it. Fuck that shit.
I'm about to recheck.
Can we talk about Alabama in August picking cotton?
Here's my thing. Why the fuck are y'all in school in August?
August, yes.
Like,
cotton picking.
I think they start
I mean-
school early August.
But
Yeah.
I mean, they
If you've
start
seen
school early
Alabama-
now too, which is weird.
If you've seen Alabama's academic scores, you probably
Just
You would think they start in October and in March. And in March.
need as many days as they can get.
One of the funny things, if you've ever been to the South and you've ever been to a couple of these college stadiums, they're all in the hood. So anyone who's ever been to Tuscaloosa, you have to realize you got to walk through a project to go watch Alabama play, and it is not a safe space. Like it is just.
That's awesome.
There are like cops on every corner for like 2 miles just for the white people to walk down that.
I'm surprised I haven't gentrified that place.
Oh no, they're never going to gentrify that place. It's Alabama. It's ungentrifiable.
Speaking of gentrification,
oh
let's
fuck.
speak of ginger. What do we feel about the whole ginger is the new black?
I'm gonna
How's it
say.
gentrifying?
I'm gonna
What?
say.
Ginger is the new black.
Where the fuck
Oh.
have you been for 2 weeks?
Oh, on TikTok, it's a new thing.
Remember, I
They-
don't
I'm
look
not
at the
on
news
this
anymore.
this young black lady said that gingers or people with red hair
Yeah.
are now allowed to call themselves black,
Really?
What?
which has turned into a whole thing on TikTok of gingers crying and being like, "This is the best thing that's ever happened to me." And this is the community we've always needed. Or the couple of people who've been threatening other people, like, "Don't you fuck this up for us." Like, or like there was one girl, this was one guy, he was like, "I've never considered myself black." He was like, "My favorite rappers, Macklemore." He was like, "But then now I'm black and I know all the verses to the Gap Band songs and I feel more comfortable around certain things." I was like, "You, sir, cannot come back to the cookout."
How does
But-
it feel? How does it feel to be a member of the club that everybody wants to join?
It's not. That's just for shits and giggles. At the end of the day, when the cops pull you over, you don't want to be a nigga. Just let's be real here. We can be honest, but it's cute for TikTok. It's cute for TikTok. It'd have been.
And you got to give the gingers a win somewhere.
But the funny thing is, though, is like if we could have done, like if I could rewind time 2 weeks and be like, let that girl say like another set of races. Like if she could have been like, "Hey, Sri Lankans, like you're black now." Like how would they have acted? You know what I mean?
You said gingers are racist?
No, because Ireland's really into black people right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Kind of in for it.
Ireland?
Oh, Ireland's all about hating Irish black. Irish people and Irish black people. Shit, these those are called alcoholics. Ireland's all about black people and like the hatred of racism in the United States right now. Like it's a big thing where it's just like so like it's like you're poor and white and they're poor and black. Why are you mad at them? It's been like Ireland's thing for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
Like politically too, like out loud, like hold on, wait, like so like you're Irish and you hate black people. Fuck you, you have no idea what your history is like.
I don't understand this quote.
What do you mean?
This one?
I gotta get better context. What's that say?
Don't you have a laptop?
If you're
in front of
black,
you?
you're going to be white. Well,
Is that laptop not connected?
He
in
doesn't
front of
have
you?
one in front of
It's
him.
not big. If you're
Mm.
black, you're going to be white. Circle of
Black.
life.
You're
Yeah.
going to be white.
Are you talking about like black
makes
bears?
perfect sense? Yes.
Sure.
Then explain
What?
that to me.
Uh,
I will not explain it to anybody.
I don't know. Are we watching something?
Hookers and midgets.
Look. God dang.
I want to have my
Fucking
money
2
back.
rookies and a leprechaun. Fuck.
I don't know, anything that has to do with hookers. I'm
Rookies.
sorry.
You talked about this last night.
You and I?
Yeah, we did. Be sure the fuck did.
Jesus. Was I there?
We were in the same space without snitching on each other.
Oh, okay, got it.
The Production
talking
meetings.
about
Oh, I did talk about hookers. You're right. I did talk about hookers.
yeah.
I stand by that.
You guys
I told
having you guys having
Uh,
production meetings at a strip club or something? Or-
Well, I was
No,
telling him
that's
about.
fine. I did. We
No,
ain't
no,
got
no,
snitch.
no,
We ain't
no,
got
no,
snitch. We ain't
I'm
got
not-
snitch.
I was telling him about Mexico strip clubs aren't really strip clubs. They're like
Whorehouse.
swap meets. Yes.
So, oh god damn it! Calling a whorehouse a swap meet is the most fucked up thing. I've heard.
But literally, you're pointing at.
Oh,
You're
my God,
pointing
you call
at.
these bitches a sloths and swap meet.
You're pointing at what you want. You're pointing at what you want,
Yeah.
and it's 7 pesos.
Oh shit!
7 pesos for a
Which is
blowjob.
like a penny and a half.
Yeah, it was amazing.
God,
Yeah.
I had $30 in my pocket. I had
that
a hell
sounds
of
like
a night.
$100. That sounds
Not
like
sure what the
$100
exchange
doctor
rate is,
bill.
but
It was So what would it cost?
I'm not sure what the exchange rate is, but I feel like it's not worth
So
it.
what would cost? What would cost about $75 to $150 here? Cost me $6 there.
$350, 350 pesos is around $20. You have a 7-cent blowjob.
They pour down there, man.
Oh, shit.
And I was in the rich part of fucking Mexico too. That was the funny part. But it was a whorehouse.
Well, Marcus, let's go take this shot.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna get doxxed next week.
I'm okay with that. I find being doxxed is like a badge of honor.
Is it though?
It is.
Spills
Because if
it.
somebody's going to take the effort to fucking dox you, it's worth it. And as long as I'm not being racist or anything like something crude like that, then I'll take it as a badge.
This gay kid told me he was gonna dox me because I wouldn't serve him because he was too drunk. And I was like, why? He was like, you're just doing this because, imagine, he said the big F.
Oh, fat.
Like he said it like 700 G's, like hard, heavy, and loud.
The cigarette?
Big one. And I was like, kid, you have no idea what you're doing right now. I was like, but my name's Jamie. Go nuts. Dox me if you want to for not serving your 2,206-pound drunk ass alcohol and like your social college is over and no one's ever gonna love you again. Because I'm gonna do it. And we end up taking a picture together and I hit him with the anime, like, it's up! And I get a phone call the next day, it's Keenan. And Keenan was like, who's this little gay boy telling me that you didn't serve him last night? And I was like, oh, that bitch told me he was gonna dox me. He was like, I'm gonna fuck him up now. I told him anyways.
Exactly.
But all right, so Premium Hell actually made a good point. It's the yin and yang they were talking about. The black and white. So that makes sense. Kind of.
Yes.
Out of context, sure.
Yeah, but now it makes more sense.
I don't know if you say so.
Listen, I just like this post, so I'm gonna put it.
Yes.
So
Respect. I appreciate it. Also, I've done terrible things, kid. You have no idea.
So there's these new theories about Groundhog Day and Ferris Bueller.
I've heard about, but I haven't looked.
So I'm gonna play the one about Groundhog Day.
Okay.
But the Ferris Bueller one is saying that he's in a time loop like Groundhog Day. That's why he knew what Cameron was gonna say. He knew when where the fly ball was gonna go. He knew how to hit the girlfriend because they just started dating, and he's like the perfect lover for her.
Whoa, hold the fuck up.
Just blew my fucking mind.
Marcus, hold the fuck up. I have so many people to call now. Play the video.
This is Groundhog Day. This is not Ferris Bueller.
Don't play, like, get to the Ferris Bueller part. Like, I feel like my knuckles are about to get ashy if I keep them like this, but hurry the fuck up.
45 different days on screen, but according to the original script, it was supposed to be 10,000 years. 10,000. Harold Ramis scaled that back and said in an interview that it was more like 25 to 30 years, which is still complete insanity. But it actually makes sense when you break it down. You've heard of the 10,000 hour rule, right? The idea that it takes that much time to master something. Well, in the movie, Phil becomes a concert level pianist, an ice sculptor, a French speaker, a medical expert, and basically a walking human encyclopedia of Punxsutawney. To learn piano alone at 8 hours a day, that's almost 4 years. Add everything else we saw and didn't see, and the math gets scary really fast. Some think he may have tried to save the homeless man thousands of times, each failure pushing him deeper into despair. Some people estimate that the real total was 34 years. That's almost 13,000 days.
There's Jamie.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back. So yeah, all right, cool. All right, so let's discuss this Ferris Bueller thing because that date does go a little bit too perfect outside of crashing. Was it? It's a Corvette?
No,
Oh, Ferrari.
The Ferrari, yeah, the Ferrari California. Yeah, he crashed the Ferrari California, which would make Ferris Bueller the biggest
I forgot to put myself back on.
So we've been no audio for the past.
People have just been looking at us, just looking at us.
Thank you, Premier Hall.
All right, so everybody who's
I'm gonna do a
out
shot.
there, everyone who's out there in the real world, can you tell us what you thought we were talking about?
Past two,
That was actually
3
a good
minutes.
conversation.
That
We were
was
like
great
not on
conversation,
audio
but
at
we
all.
just went on mute, and I know all 12 of you are sitting here like Jamie saying something stupid. What the fuck's happening?
Oh, there's only 3 people watching right now, and I think I might be one of them. So
Thanks,
Definitely
Ian.
one of them.
You guys-
15, 20 people watching.
You guys worried about those numbers. I look at the end numbers.
yeah.
We're not.
All right, so I got more TikTok, so we're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
You know, so when I upload these videos, you can't really tell what they are when they come back up on the thing. So I kind of have to guess what some of these videos are. Sometimes it's like the thumbnail they show you isn't something that matches.
Just do it, Marcus.
Well, while we're waiting, did you guys see the fist fight that happened at 18th Street Wawa last night?
Tell me more.
No.
Like the security guard and like one of the women who making sandwiches apparently beat this guy the fuck up.
Shit, there were a couple shootings on U Street last night.
Oh,
Also.
that's just Tuesday.
Well, that was Saturday.
I'm just saying on the as the phrase goes, like, oh, must be Thursday.
All right. Sorry.
You ready?
I'm back
What
there.
are we?
I'm back in focus.
Okay.
So we all think we're on social media a lot, right?
Mm-mm.
Besides,
Sure.
so you and I, we're on social media a lot.
Mhm.
Ish.
You're not on social media.
Marcus,
Like-
just go ahead. Yes. What?
Listen, you yappy bitch.
I mean, we're just.
It sucks. 'Cause
Eating
by
up
now,
time.
like
Talking
usually
to Jamie.
by the second time he's called you a bitch, I'm already cussing him the fuck out. But be that there's a reference tonight, you
So
kind
I'm
of let
loving
it go.
right?
Like,
'Cause it's allowing me to actually
it's
say it.
like-
So
But it's starting to get old, Marcus. It's starting to get
someone
old.
took an Eminem
but-
song and did a whole thing with it.
Speaking of Eminem, did you guys see what this man has done to MGK? Machine Gun
He made
Kelly.
him change into a different
Yeah.
singer,
He's like MGK
He put
has
him in
turned
drag.
into like Maroon 5.
and he put him.
Like, and it's like, damn, bro, like you just keep proving that you lost.
These two don't know.
Like that dude, Cleveland, Ohio's finest. Actually, not finest,
Yeah.
but still like a rapper. Remember, he had that song with like Waka Flocka. Like, it was a real hard
That was a
song.
good song.
And now you out here doing Disney videos. Like, it's just like, damn, bro. Like,
He took
I'm
his
sorry,
ball. He
just-
took his ball and went
just
home.
keep going. Keep going.
Just ball
Just
with
do what you gotta do. Fuck. I would like to throw it out there that the only black person they showed in that whole thing was Kobe.
No. The kid from Futurama,
That's a goddamn cartoon.
still black.
No, it doesn't
It's a
work that way.
cartoon.
It doesn't work that way.
Cartoon was still black.
And what kid from Futurama?
It was the fucking
Hermes?
It was Hermes' son.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The fact that you
Anyway, the fact that someone spent
Time.
so much time
Sorry.
finding those tiny little clips to fit it in.
This week, I was told that I spent 7 hours a day on TikTok. That's how slow it was at Looking Glass this week. It's just 7 hours. That means I woke up, watched TikTok, took a shit, watched TikTok, played GTA, watched TikTok, went to work.
Who tells you this? TikTok tells you?
No,
your photo tell you.
Oh.
phone tell you. And like whatever things I did on the internet or whatever, masturbate,
Porn.
corn, whatever the hell we're talking.
All right, Ian, you got anything last
So-
before we get out of here?
I just want to shout out Premier Hall, who I mean, we're getting a lot of like real existential, philosophical nuggets that he's dropping on us. And namaste.
Yes,
Val.
that's a good one. I don't know. I'm very tired. I worked 3 days in a row at Passenger, which I don't normally do, and
And you partied all night.
Yap.
I didn't. I know, yapping, yapping, bitch.
Al was up. That was
Um,
up as late as I was last night. So
Well, I mean, I went to the diner afterwards, which was
Oh, I haven't pulled that movie in a long
fun. I haven't been to the diner in ages, but
long time.
I don't know. Like at Passenger, I'm by myself. I got my ass kicked on Thursday. We did karaoke for the first time in a few months because the karaoke guy, his wife had a baby, so he was
So
doing
he took
baby
a break.
stuff.
The fuck?
I had to be home with baby.
So Jamie was born at 1:30 a.m.
And you went to work at what?
and I went to work the next day. And when I got there, Jeff and Violette were sitting there and they were like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "Because I just had a fucking baby." And they were like, "Yeah, but why are you here?" Because I just had a fucking baby. Mind you, I didn't have a baby. I was witness to someone having a baby. All I did was held a leg.
And you were like, nah.
And I was like, nah, because I need to go to work. She did the hard work. I was just up late.
I mean, he has a day job. He like works for the he works for the Capitol Police. So he was actually there on January 6th.
Who are we talking about?
The karaoke guy.
Oh.
But you know, he had to take a couple months off because he was new dad. He took 2 months off.
We got to
from us, not from
the
Capitol Police. No,
he's
from doing the karaoke because it's at nighttime. Like, you know, he's away during the day and then he has to like leave to go do karaoke. Like, no, so it was fun, but it was very tiring. I don't know. I'm just very tired. Yep, that's me.
All right.
But you're a champ and you brought it tonight.
I did.
Marcus.
I did.
Rest in peace, Brooklyn's Pint.
Oh yeah, that too. Brooklyn Pint. There have been a lot of places that have been closing, and I feel like I've been doing a lot of this lately of like posting of like, oh, rest in peace.
The last 6 months have been like that.
But like in particular, the past like month.
Last 2 months have been a little bit more.
Yeah.
Did we do Earps Ordinary from Fairfax? An RIP? What's that?
We don't care about Virginia.
So to do the opposite of what Boo does, I'm not going to give you a Boo's corner moment. I'm going to do something to piss the entire world off.
Here we go.
Perfect.
Here we go.
Today is a very particular anniversary day, and what I'm going to say is, skimming-a-rinky dinky dink, skimming-a-rinky doo. I love you. Skimming-a-rinky dinky dink, skimming-a-rinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skimming a rinky dinky dink, skimming a rinky doo. I love you. You bitches.
No idea.
Marcus, I feel like you didn't have a childhood. Like you were just born this old dude named Marcus Donovan.
My dad just gave me a cigarette.
Right, he gave you a Newport, said on your way with his gay guys.
No, he gave me a
Back in Newports.
he gave me a Winston. He gave me a Winston.
Oh no, he gave you a
That's
Cools.
what my dad. That's what
He
my
gave you
dad
a Cools red too.
I did.
Yikes,
Son, you're about to start kindergarten.
Right, here's your first cigarette.
Winston.
You're gonna need this.
You're gonna be a Giants fan in Delaware. Welcome to the shit show, son. No, guys, look, the only advice I have in the entire world tonight is just fucking hug somebody's shit. Because sadly, it's all going to shit, and hopefully your friend will be there tomorrow.
Fair.
Apparently, it is also the 48th anniversary of when the very first Star Wars movie was.
Whoa!
And it's also the 5-year anniversary of George Floyd.
Thanks, Marcus.
Today?
Yes.
Thanks, Marcus.
25th. I told you this fucking 2 hours ago.
That doesn't make sense.
Anyways,
May
guys,
25th.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a video, and this guy screams out, "Grab him by the dick and twist it."
Well, before that, we are gonna do a moment of Zen. This is Men with Power Tools.
Why? This looks like one of those zappers.
Oh my God, you dumb motherfucker!
You did this car up in the air. You want to grab yourself a hammer?
In case you're questioning my judgment in buying this instrument, this fine instrument made in America,
Don't do it.
it does have.
I've laughed way too
Make
hard.
sure that's all right.
Oh, that's great. I love that one so much.
Oh Oh my god.
I want to see that. I want to see that again.
It like
Make sure it's
literally
all
is my favorite.
That's me with a bald head.
Oh.
Ding.
As a son of a construction worker, I swear to God, this makes me.
Grab his dick and twist it!
They pushed me on and faced me.